going to give you a quick demo of our CTN Network website, ctnnetwork.net. Join our community. It is free. You just type in ctnnetwork.net, and this is the homepage right here. And if you want to create an account, you would just click up here and create new account right here. Sign up with your email, or you can sign up with just clicking on Facebook or Google. So you can sign up with your Facebook account or your Gmail. So I'm already signed up, so I'm going to click in Gmail right here, and it's going to log me in. And as you can see, this is our homepage. Click on creators right here, and this shows you all the CTN family members that are content creators. Everybody is on here. If you want to go to one of their YouTube channels, for example, if you want to go to Crypto Talk Now, just click on channel, and it takes you right over to the YouTube channel for that particular creator. And you click on community. This is our community right here. We do have a forum, and this is a forum where you can post things, you can interact with one another. And there's also a blog right over here that we post our own content on. And if you click on CTN Studios, you can watch our live show and other content creators' live shows right through this CTN Studios. We do have advertisements for some of the content creators. There's the Crypto Smith, there's Waddy, the Crypto Hunter, and we also have live charts for the ISOs right in this box right here. We have a feature where you click on the heart if you want to donate to us. You can donate with Ethereum or Binance, BNB. And also, if you click on this button right here, we're going to have a call-in feature, which is already live. If you want to call us, just click on the green icon, the green phone icon, and click on call now. And during the show, between 9:15 and 10, when we announce it, when Max is on or when I'm on with Max, we will start accepting phone calls, and you guys can be live with the show. If you want to turn your video on, you can come on camera as well. So good stuff there. Now, back onto the homepage, if you click on members, you can see all the people that are members here. All these people here, like Chaka just signed up, Gills33, Miguel, all these people here are members of our community. So you guys can sign up, and then you can chat with one another. So you can either click over here, message right here. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to welcome him. I'll send him a quick message, and then I can click enter or just a little arrow. If you want to message somebody else, you can click on message, or you can go right over here into members chat and go ahead and message them and create a new chat if you want by clicking this little button right here. Now, also, if you scroll down here, you can see some of the past videos that our content creators in our content creator family have created. You can go in here and watch some of the recorded videos. They're scrolling down here. Just choose one to watch. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this brief demo. Make sure you sign up so you can interact and be part of the community when we are not on the live show.
Hello, everybody. Congratulations. You made it to Friday. Welcome to the weekend. Glad to have you here tonight. And we have quite a few hot topics to get into. It's going to be a good show. I have some news in regards to, obviously, Jasmine. And I have some other particular headlines I want to get into. Just about everything you see tagged, for the most part, does get coverage. But again, thank you so much for being here. Smash that like if you haven't done so already. And we will go ahead and kick it into today's show. So let's start things off with welcoming some people from our community. And we're going to start off with JC the Man. Good to have you here, JC. Welcome. And with that said, we will give him a quick plug and also just a little bit more station identification, right? And basically speaking, you can follow JC the Man as well as other creators by going over to ctnnetwork.net. It's free. You click on creators, just like Larry mentioned earlier in that brief intro. And what's going to happen when you go there, you will see all these familiar faces, but especially you get to see JC the Man. And then you click on his channel and takes you right over to his particular page. Can he take up to 70? Who will be the lucky person who subscribes to JC the Man? Cool kid who makes videos, like it says. All right. So give me a follow. It's JC the Man, all one word. All right. On top of that, Let's welcome KK. Great Jasmine video connecting the dots. Thank you very much. You're going to love today's Jasmine coverage about connecting the dots because it's a nice one. It's some footage. I shouldn't say footage. Some screenshots from about roughly a week ago. Thank you to Mike Cornwell. I don't know. We were texting each other one day, and he was taking screenshots of Ethereum. He was taking screenshots of Bitcoin. Not gonna spill the beans completely. Stay tuned for that. You're definitely going to be surprised with what you see with Jasmine. It's really going to open your eyes. If you know where I'm going with this, then you want to stay tuned. All right. Brian Dowie says, "Sup, Max? Good to see you. Thank you for being here." But yes, thank you also for being here, KK. On top of that, we have Larry says, "Welcome, everyone. Hit the like." Thank you very much, Larry. Hope you get better soon. And let's see here. Tim Shea, who always says hey, he says hey to JC, hey KK, and everybody else. I said hey a few hours ago. It disappeared. It does that. I don't know why it does that, but it does that. Anyway. GS says JC, thumbs up. Thank you for being here, GS. Thank God you're GS and not GG. There's a guy who comes in the recorded. His name is GG, and it's just nothing but FUD. So thank you for being here, GS. And Salamander, hello, crypto millionaires. Thank you very much. Same back to you. All right, let's go further down. But yeah, welcome, Salamander. I also want to welcome Ahmed, who is here. I love his avatar. That's just so funny. I'm gonna say it, the one, the only Boomer effing Sooner. He's in the house. He says hello to KK. And Brian Dowie says, Larry, if you're watching, give Caroline a low 5 for me. A low 5? Oh, yeah, probably because she's short. All right. But that also said, man, someone must have fell off the ceiling or something. It's like going back of my. Anyway, I think it was my neighbor when he was crawling around up in the attic or something. He must have knocked something loose and popcorn ceiling or something. Anyway, you have popcorn ceiling? Yeah, I got popcorn ceiling. All right. But yeah, glad to have you here, Mr. Boomer F is Sooner. And let's go further down. A few more comments. Yo, Money Max, thank you for that. How was everyone's Friday? It's pretty good so far. It's just been kind of, I don't know, a busy day intermittently. Mr. Ahmed, hey Max, what does the P on your hat stand for? It stands for the Portland Diamond Project, is to bring Major League Baseball to Portland, Oregon. You can look it up on Wikipedia. They're hoping to become an expansion team. They already, got the, I guess you could say, the area picked out. Anyway, you may wonder, well, who cares, right? Well, my thing is this, that's my hometown. That was where I was born and raised. And ever since I was a little boy, always dreamed of Major League Baseball being in Portland. And on top of that, when they came out with this, perfect example is this, right? You guys, shout out to Tim Shea, big fan of Russell Wilson, right? So Russell Wilson, geez, say that fast. And his wife, Sierra, a couple years ago, they were in Portland promoting the Portland Diamond Project to bring Major League Baseball to Portland. So, there's some big players in it and so on. And knowing that, I mean, are you kidding me? Like, I'm probably like the only guy in the whole state of Arizona with this hat. So it makes it unique. It's my hometown. And it's got the Old English P, I think it's a cool hat personally. And so I've gotten compliments on it and so on. I haven't been getting much compliments on going gray with the market, but I'll fix that as well. But yeah, thank you. That's what it stands for, Portland, as in Portland, Oregon. All right. Mike Jones. Who would it be? Mike Jones. Hey, folks, have a great weekend. You too, with Mr. Burns. Just welcome a few more people, and I swear we'll get right into the news. Let's see here. I want to welcome Mr. Crypto McDizzle for Shizzle Manizzle for show. He says, Hello, folks. Is it Crypto Mike you're looking for? Lionel Richie. The Lionel Richie thing is it's getting so bad. I'm just being honest with you guys. It's just getting bad. I'll be walking around at the store. I'll be like, man, what is the thing I was trying to get earlier on my list? And then I look at my list. I'm like, I got to go down to aisle 4. I'll go down to aisle 4 and find a thing. And it'll be like, I don't know, like a can of soup or something. I'd be like, this is the Campbell's I'm looking for. Lionel Richie. It's getting really bad, guys. I'm just being honest. All right. Hey, Mike Jones. Welcome him. You guys got some cool avatars today. Bloopity bloop. What it do, people? Well, welcome, bloopity bloop. You know what? I have to welcome you because if anything, to have you paired up with Boomer effing Sooner. So, I mean, if we could just time it just right, where Boomer effing Sooner, I say it like that, and then right after that, I'm like, and welcome, bloopity bloop. People are just going to wonder, what in the world kind of show is this? All right. Serious comment, apparently. All right. 281-330-8004. Hit Mike Jones up on the low because Mike Jones is about to blow. Yeah, I hear all that. Mike Jones. First one, was it before the ice was on my grill, before my major record deal, I couldn't even get a cool cat to come through something. I don't know. Mike Jones. That was a hit back in the day. All right, Cool Cat Crypto, welcome. Comes through the cat door. McDizzle says, now look who's creeping. Look who's crawling, still balling in the mix. It's that 6'6" long. Yeah. I remember all that. Yep. Star Dog, evening all. Yes, good to have you here, Star Dog. Apparently, on one of the long shows when I was talking about my wisdom teeth, Star Dog, I guess, busted a gut or something. I don't know. I need you to tag the exact moment on that particular video. But anyway. All right. But yes, welcome, Cool Cat. Down goes Alabama and Houston. Ooh, you guys had a lot of, you had Houston picked. A lot of you guys did. I know you did. All right. Let's go further down. KK says, no baseballs allowed in Portland. They throw bricks instead. Hey, none of that. But yeah, that's... Anyway, all right. It's called retractable roof for the win. Here in Arizona with the Diamondbacks, retractable roof for the win. All right. Randolph Hawkins says another Arizona dude. Hey, welcome. Yeah. My plan is to eventually, I guess 5 months, 4 to 5 months in Portland, rest of the time here. But that may change. I don't know. I might just say to heck with it and go try out the East Coast or something. Things are going to get pretty interesting for me in the next few years. And the things are going to get pretty interesting for a lot of you guys too in the next few years. All right. Just welcome a few more people. Rain's in the house. What up, my friend? I'm here. All right. I'm fine, Max. Let me know here how you sounded. All I could say is Rain at MaximusFatJuice.com /Max/Coca-Cola Classic. All right. Let's go further down. Welcome, Rain, though. And let's see here. Yes, that's right. Mike Jones. Yeah, that's right. Max raps better than 2-bit for show. If push comes to shove, if I actually had to rap and had to focus, I'm not as bad as you think. But yeah, I'm also not great either. My lyrics are good. I've always been complimented on my lyrics. My problem is my timing, and then it would help if I actually went to like a studio or something. But yeah, as the saying goes, don't give up your gig or don't give up your day job. Yeah, I get it. Mike Jones and his candy clones. Yes. All right. Want to welcome Miguel. Thank you for being here, Mr. Miguel, or Senor Miguel. LOL, it was the whole wisdom teeth thing that was funny. All right. Blackwood is in the house. Welcome. Magic Power's in the house. Magic Power, you have ruined your streak. Okay. not cool. You have got to bring back your streak, man. You know what your streak is. All right. You're buying Cosmos. That's not a bad idea. Not financial advice, but that's not a bad idea. All right. Whitewood's in the house. Thank you for being here. I used to have a gamer friend back in the day. He also lived here in Arizona. His name was White Wolf. And his mom used to hook us all up with, oh man, like the best seats to the Phoenix Coyotes. Now they're Arizona Coyotes. But back then they're the Phoenix Coyotes. I mean, we were like, man, maybe, I don't know, like 8 rows back from the glass. It was nice. It was like some nice seat. Those are the nicest seats I ever had. All right. I'm just gonna welcome a few more people. All right. Like Michael Trin, welcome. Consider changing your avatar to something that speaks more about who Michael Trin is all about. But thank you for being here. Let's welcome Michael Trin, everybody. All right. And that is something that you might just want to message him on a DM on the CTN Network website. All right. I figured you like Guns N' Roses. Who doesn't like Guns N' Roses? You don't like Guns N' Roses? I'll say this. All right. Appetite for Destruction is one of the few albums that you can listen to from beginning to end. And every single song on that album is good. Like, you can't really say that about a lot of albums. All right, I just want to throw that out there. And by the way, I know you guys are like, oh, Max hip hop, that's all he's about. Nope, it's not true. I'm a fan of all genres of music for the most part. But yes, my favorite band from the 80s, Guns N' Roses, even in early 90s and so on, right? November Rain and all. Oh, some good songs. Anyway. Jetpack's in the house. Wonder what happened to you. Welcome. Glad to have you here. And let's go ahead and welcome also Redwood. And we're going to go ahead and get into the show. Here we go. I'll start things off with our lineup for tonight. And if anything, I want to also remind you guys to follow this particular individual right here. His name is Zippy. Now, you may be wondering, who is Zippy? Well, some people say I do the heavy lifting when it comes to research and stuff like that. Some of you guys do too, right? Mike Cornwell, some of you other guys, right? But the key thing is Zippy has been doing the heavy lifting for Jasmy content creation well before I started doing it. Way before it, right? So, I mean, like, when you talk about deep dives, this guy really, really does deep dives. And, of course, other people that he's teamed up with, he does a Twitter space. I believe it's every Sunday with a panel. I'm pretty sure that's at 3:30 Eastern every Sunday. Pretty cool stuff. They do a Twitter space. But anyway, give him a follow. He is at Lee Bow UK, as you see right here. And like it says, Yellow Puppet researcher for Jasmy, one of the hosts of Jasmy Spaces, holder of also Quant, XDC, some of these other ones, right? Pretty cool stuff, and very, very polite, good-spirited guy from across the pond. But anyway, look what it says. Remember, Zippy was talking about Suica. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Card last year. Not many were interested. It says now Hara, as we know from Jasmy, right, speaks of it in a recent AMA. Now, I did want to try to chop up a lot of that particular AMA. A lot of crypto Twitters already beat me into that. So I'm like, cool. Saves a lot of the hassle, right? So Zippy knows, read the thread below. And let's get into this particular thread. So it says, in the latest one, he speaks of that specific card, the IC card. Let's take a look at it. So what is this IC card? Well, IC cards are rechargeable cards that can be used to conveniently pay fares on public transportation and to make payments at many vending machine shops and restaurants. Here's some particular examples that you see in these pictures. We'll blow it up a little bit. So there's some of that. Clearly, you could tell, this is taken in Japan. You can see some of the, Japanese characters right below the card. Here's a particular like ATM, right? Here's some other examples. Here's some of the particular like locations, Osaka, Japan, Greater Tokyo regions, and so on. Nagoya, right? So cool stuff in regards to that. When we go further into it, he has a whole outline. And, this is not the super juicy stuff I was talking about earlier, but it's worth mentioning. One of the key things for tonight's show is understanding dApps, and especially the ones that stand out when it comes to payments, also like SIM cards, particular networks. I just want to point that out. You will see a consistent pattern in regards to that. So it says how to use the IC cards when passing automatic ticket gates. Touch the card onto the card reader. Obviously, we know about some of this stuff, right? Rather than inserting into the ticket slot, the applicable fare will be automatically deducted when you exit through the ticket gate at your destination. Of course, he takes Jasmine. Mobile phone applications. iPhone 8 and later models can be set up to serve as Suica card by adding a Suica card to Apple Pay. Android phones can be used as IC through the mobile Suica and mobile Passmo apps used widely through. I always want to say Felicia because, bye Felicia, but no, Felica, remember. Okay. Now, when we get further into this, you have to keep in mind that a while ago, he posted this, but when we go further down, like some people say, and this is perfect for the future CBDC and integration. And that's a good point. The reason why is because it has to have the ease of access. I'm not a fan of CBDCs, guys, but the point is understanding it's going to come here really, really soon. So again, what is the main key takeaway from all this? It's understanding the control. Well, not just the control, but keeping people's data private. If you're going to weigh this around and it's going to take it right out the thing, you can't have something in which somebody could quickly just snatch that up freely, if you will. So yes, the Jasmine data democratization. What does that entail? What kind of connections they have? A long time ago, he's already made that particular connection in regards to this specifically when it comes to some of these IC cards, right? All right, so glad to be able to share that. On top of that, I want to jump into this, and this is good stuff. This is a little bit more in regards to Jasmine, and it does start off our headlines. So here is the juicy stuff. Please smash the like if you haven't done so already. In fact, I'm just going to double check real quick where we're at, because I was going to wait until we had at least 40 people here. We do. All right, so this is good stuff. I do credit Mike Cornwell for a lot of the particular research that we have here in regards to this. So I'm telling you flat out, you're going to like to see this. This is real good stuff. So let's go ahead and get into this. In fact, I'm going to share it in a different way just to make it easier to go through the panels. Give me just a second. All right, so here we go. So check this out. It says not this one, excuse me. Apologize. This one right here. Listen to this. This is a topic that gets brought up with actually just about anything. But will it make sense for Jasmine? Yes, it will. So if you're doing something else, you're getting distracted with sports or whatever, or hey babe, make me a sandwich, and a little light on the mayo, whatever the case be. Focus just for a brief moment. So I'll just want to state this. We got a lot of news tonight, right? And rightfully so. All right. I, of course, would love it if a person just paid attention the whole time. In reality, that's just not going to happen. But if there was ever a segment that you want to pay the most attention to, it's this segment. So if you just have a brief moment, this is the segment you're looking for. Yes, Lionel Richie, where you want to say it. Here we go. Smash that like, because here is the juicy stuff you need to pay attention to. If Bitcoin goes to a high of, for instance, 68,000, in reality is 69, you 2.4 times your money at today's prices. Jasmine would need to be at around 1.1 cent to give you the same return. What would you place your bet on? That's a good question. Now, he says, as for him, he's all in with Jasmine. What do you think Jasmine will be at 68,000 BTC? Now, of course, some people say, well, in my opinion, Jasmine should reach all-time highs with Bitcoin at 68K. That's a good point. This other guy who's a good researcher, right? Faith greater than fear, says, yes, sir. It'll certainly be interesting to see. For the most part, everybody's kind of like back and forth on it. I think there might even be a few people who possibly may FUD this. But the key thing is, just like any other project, there is people will say, well, this token or this coin moves with ETH. This token only moves with Bitcoin. This token moves with both. There's Luna Classic, which last year's bear market, right? Crypto winter or apocalypse, or what do you want to call it, right? Where there's many times it moved against it. So there's all these particular factors. Where am I going with this, Max? Well, we're going to get into that. So what I want to show you is this right here. Draw your attention to this. All right. So this right here is on a 90-day chart. Okay. And you got to keep in mind, this is from a few days ago. So it's not like it's spot on, but it's darn well near it, right? From the time of the picture. This is, for instance, I think I need to get to the other one. Hold on a second. That's Jasmine with ETH. Yeah. Okay. So let's do this particular pattern. Jasmine with ETH. Might as well show it. So here's on a 90-day chart. Let me show you this. This is good stuff. Look at this. All right. Look how it mimics that. Now, some people say, well, of course, Max. Of course it's going to do that because, kind of like meme coins. They'll mimic the chart, right, of the originator. Jasmine has, for instance, an ETH contract. So it's going to do that, right? I hear you, but is it going to do it completely on a 90-day, right? What about on a different particular chart? It's worth noting. How about on a 30-day chart? Look at that on a 30-day chart. Not too shabby. How about on a 7-day chart? Looking pretty impressive, is it not? I mean, it's almost identical. How about on a 24-hour chart? Almost like tracing over Ethereum, is it not? Yeah. Well, I'm still not convinced. How about on a 1-hour chart? Well, we got that for you. Look at that. I mean, look at that. It's definitely worth noting, paying attention to. I believe I had some other particular ones. I don't know what happened to them. I had the ones for Bitcoin. Let me see if I can pull that up real quick. I'm gonna stop the share. But the point is, even with that, it's pretty impressive. But people, of course, will focus on the whole thing of Bitcoin. I believe I do have some pictures for Bitcoin, but for some reason I was trying to send to my Facebook Messenger and it just kind of, I guess, wonky for whatever reason. So let me see if I could pull this up again. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is good stuff. So here's the ones from Bitcoin. I'm gonna pull it up in just a brief moment. I almost have it. Give me a second. I just gotta get these tabs up again. But guys, I'm telling you flat out, smash that like. We'll get more into this. It's good stuff. And and if anything, it's definitely worth paying attention to. Because my attitude is, why wouldn't you want to pay attention to it? I mean, if you're into the likes of, obviously Jasmine and so on, you want to pay attention to these things, right? So hold on just a sec. So I got the 90-day. I'll just bring that one up real quick. Here, let's do the 90-day real quick for Bitcoin. All right, let's share that one. Let's do the 90-day. So there you go. Here's the 90-day. Or excuse me, 30-day. Again, the perfect example. I mean, you see, I mean, this one's not exactly like completely spot on, but I mean, some people may look at this and they're like, man, this looks like a little kid like traced over it or something. Well, the point is, it's like almost traced over. That's the point. The point is understanding, like, you know what? When the market moves, and it definitely will move, we should see this also move with Bitcoin and Ethereum. To me, that's very, very encouraging. So, I mean, Fudders can come out and, basically, let me just zoom out for a second. Maybe that's too smooshed or too zoomed in. But I mean, you see it right there. I mean, fudders can say all they want. They can say, "Oh man, this is garbage." The fact of the matter remains that there's even some actual garbage meme coins. Not that I'm saying Jasmine's garbage, but my point is that there's some meme coins, as you know, that for whatever reason is going to move with the market, right? Because of the contract that it's on, like for instance, Ethereum. And we get into like all-time highs. Let's face it, a lot of those will even, who knows, like have some random pumps for whatever reason. It's the was it not the trickle down effect, but in a way it kind of is, right? Throwing crumbs at some of these projects that are, let's face it, ERC20, right? But anyway, I had the other ones for Bitcoin for whatever reason when I was trying to go in and do the zoom in effect. It just took the ones from ETH, but you get the point. I mean, this one's for the 30-day chart. Maybe I do have one more for the. I do have one more for the 90-day chart. So I'll share this tab instead. See, here's the 90-day chart. It's definitely worth noting. You know what I mean? I think that's the main point. And so I definitely wanted to share that with you guys. I thought that was really encouraging. That's pretty impressive. All right. I'm going to jump back into the comments. Smash that like if you haven't done so already. I don't know. Maybe some people aren't impressed with that. I thought it was pretty cool. I'm really glad that Mike shared that with us. I feel like I'm about ready to sneeze at any moment, but anyway, I'm not going to, I guess, yet. I kind of went away. I'm going to welcome a few more people, and let me see if you guys got any specific questions, anything like that. We got some good problems, obviously, tonight. So let's get into it. So you guys are welcome, of course. Blackwood, thanks for being here. Redwood, also thanks for being here. Here's my real question. Blackwood and Redwood, is that your homie? Is that your friend? Is that your brother? Or is it just a coincidence? All right, let's see what we got. Getting further into the comments. All right, Grizzly Bear Greg, I want to welcome you back. Good to see you. Appreciate you. Stardog says Zippy was a puppet on morning telly in the 80s and early 90s in the UK when I was a kid. Maybe that's what he's referencing. Because here's the thing. He does mention about being the yellow puppet that brings the knowledge. And on top of that, he said, there comes the sneeze 3 times. He is also a DJ. That's funny. All right, ISO Jetpack J0229. Jasmine is delisted from Binance only. Ugh. My neighbor friend up in the attic stirring around all that dust and stuff. Ugh, not cool. All right. Excuse me. Jasmine is delisted from Binance only. Binance USD and Do Kwon is arrested. LOL. Yeah. All right, let's go further down. Just gonna double check some settings. Yeah, I think it's pretty solid too. ISO. I mean, it is what it is. You loved Osaka, Japan. Cool, man. Very, very cool. Yeah, my buddy who's he's been in the Air Force now for 20 years. So he went in when he was 18. He's now 38. He went to Osaka. He also was stationed in Okinawa for a while. God, he went to some other places that are really crazy. Maybe you probably heard of this. Diego Garcia. It's like this narrow strip, I think in the Indian Ocean or something like that. He was not too pleased being there, but he said the weather was pretty nice. Man, this darn allergies and everything is kicking my butt. All right. Let's go further down. ISO says, yeah, I would set it and forget it and give it to 3 years. All right, let me go further down. Blackwood says, anyone hear about NASDAQ doing crypto custody? I did not hear about that. I have to look into that. That sounds interesting. Anybody's just connecting, smash that like if you haven't done so already. We will kick it back into the news here in a bit. Really appreciate each and every one of you guys being here tonight, especially on a Friday night. It means a lot. Cool Cat says Santi just released a stablecoin backed by the Swiss franc on BSV. Oh, cool. Yeah, interesting. That sounds pretty good. That sounds good to me. I'm still in the profits on that. I ain't complaining. All right, sorry about that. Let's see. I want to welcome OG Crypto. Thank you for being here. All right, just going through a few more comments. Stardock says Bitcoin going to 200K at least. Really? You fully believe that? Okay, that's cool to know. I know some people were stating also 200K. Some other content creators were saying that. So you're on par with them on that. Very cool stuff. All right, Ray Dowie, tonight I'm just drinking soup, or you're drinking tea. That looks like green tea. Green tea. Okay, cool. All right. No, Cool Cat. It's bullish though. Brian Dowie, Tim, you lost me. What did I miss? The broskies are in the house. See that? Side by side. That's right. All right, Crypto Smith, Sean. Good to see Sean. Crypto Smith says, "Hey Max, happy Friday, brother." Yep, thank you for being here. And Miguel, there is more projects that Jasmine is working on. Let's also take a look into that consideration. Yes, talked about that yesterday. You should see a new video probably by tomorrow morning in regards to some of those new projects. I definitely try to be on top of that. It's just that today, I mean, do you know anybody else doing this? Put out 8 recorded, videos. 8, yeah, I did. If you're wondering about that specific, I'll show you. I will show you the recorded videos you're looking for, Lionel Richie. Like a plan for you, but I'll show you definitely what we're talking about here. So here it is, just real quick. Because some people just watch the live, they don't watch the recorded, and there's some people just watch the recorded and they don't watch the live. And then obviously some of you guys, who I could clearly tell came from the recorded to the live, and then I just love you guys for that. That's awesome. So anyway, here it is. And yeah, I uploaded a bunch of videos today. So we have, for instance, Ripple XRP, bottom right. It says insane metrics. Take a look into that. Shout out to Mike Cornwell for a lot of that research, right? Also, shout out to 24 Hours Crypto. You need to subscribe to him. Great content creator, bringing it big with some of the deep dives and just going above and beyond with some of his input and so on, right? The quant video, shout out to Quant Papa in regards to what he chopped up for that. ISO TC307. XRP signature experience, bon voyage. You'll never see a community NFT collection like that ever again, in my opinion. This guy worked on this NFT collection, which is a collage of every positive thing you could think of that promotes XRP, from memes to just research to you name it, right? He worked on it for over 3 years. You want to talk about somebody who's passionate? So he took took them all and put it together. And then when you go to it, right, it's not just a JPEG. You go to it, and every single one of them has a function. You could click on it and then expand. I believe it's like over 900 particular pictures that got formed into an NFT. So technically speaking, it's a community-based utility NFT for XRP. It's like nothing else out there. That's amazing. I mean, that was so impressive. Not many people are obviously going to watch it because it doesn't have the the clickbait of the catchy stuff of to the moon and all that stuff, right? But in reality, is you should check it out because it's super cool how that guy did that, and it's actually an NFT. I mean, who would have thought? XLN had an update, bridges fiat stablecoins to Polkadot. Check that out. How about this ISO 222 message with XDC as collateral? Yeah, the guy sent a message with XDC as collateral. We talked about that, of course, on the live show. LCX, is it the answer to bank runs? And that's been a hot topic lately, right? Some people may say, no, I'm not willing to do some of that because, think, the whole concept of not your keys, not your crypto, but look more into that. It's not necessarily saying that. Look more into that. HBAR, MTech Plus, For instance, like I said, Bank of Ghana and so on. But the point is, HBAR's partnership with Amtech for offline CBDC payment partnership. Yeah, we're not big fans of CBDCs, but in reality, you got to recognize that partnership, why that stands out, and so on. And then details on the new Casper wallet. So cool stuff. Total of 8 videos, recorded videos released here on CTN this morning. Again, I don't know of any, many other content creators doing that. So we're really working hard for you guys, the community, and so on, trying to get the content out there, both on the live, the recording, you name it. But anyway, I just want to share that, and I'm gonna kick it back in the comments for a brief bit. All right, let's go down here. Video number 2, out for red flag cipher. Yes, I saw that from that particular content creator. Actually, I think the first guy who posted about it, shout out to Menelect, he posted about it, and like, I guess just he wasn't too pleased with, I should say too pleased. I think he liked the content, but this brings up more of the fuel. Fuel's fire. I can't speak tonight. You get what I'm saying? It just fuels the fire more, right? All right. Too much reading, too much listening to things. It's just been kind of a long day too. Too much working on stuff. Brian Dowie, Rain, is that Hennessy issue? Oh. Tim Shea, Brian, you said fat juice to rain, so I just said lemon and water works well. Jeez. Why you guys welcoming Sean? Where is he? I just see Max. He's in the comments. All right. All right, Tim, sorry I'm slow. Right, that's all right. All right, in regards to wallet, Coolcast said it's the wallet providers and exchanges not updating the nodes in real time. No problem at all with the BSV blockchain. BSV is becoming too advanced for some of the wallets and exchanges. That's good to know. Somebody from the BSV community posted on not a BSV video, but some other particular video I put out about some new thing coming out for BSV, and then I responded. Again, I've kind of forgot exactly what it was, but it was interesting, and I will have to look more into that. Let me go further down. Let me see if you guys have any specific things that you said. Why can't you see me, Rand? What the heck? All right, Crypto High says, good evening, Max, the CTN fam. Thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and highlight that. I'm going to kick it back into the news. Again, thank you for being here. Watermelon Sugar Crypto High, as Larry would say. Shout out to Larry. All right, so let's jump back into our coverage, and let me see actually where we're at with this. So we talked about the whole thing with Jasmy, and I don't know. I thought that was cool. Here's the last part of Jasmy. Then we'll kick it into, like, for instance, Quant, some of the other ones. So, you guys were talking about the whole thing of, like, hey, there's that whole thing with the AMA with Jasmy. We did recognize that. The cool thing is the community has chopped it up to key snippets. And we talk about key snippets. This is really, really one key snippet. So like this guy says, Takeo, and I'm going to follow him. I thought I was already. He says there's a response here that has been glazed over by everyone. So again, sometimes that happens. But so blatantly disruptive. Look what it says. Thank you for your time. Let's start. Takeo says, yes, sir. And then here is the question. This is a hot question because this has been brought up. I did a video about it, right? Jasmy becoming deflationary by the end of this year, Q4, basically, right? So it says, how many coins will be locked up starting in the fourth quarter 2023, and for how long? How many will be locked up in total? Great question. Anybody would want to know that in any project, not just Jasmy. Hara of Jasmy says, Japan has a very convenient IC card called Suica. Yeah, back to what? Back to Zippy's research. So shout out to Zippy. He's already been mentioning all this stuff long before everybody else. And guess what? People back then, when I looked more into some of the things he posted in the past, they were flooding it even back then, saying all this stuff is speculative. It's just a bunch of nonsense and so on. My answer is this, before we get more into this. For all these people that are flooding Jasmy, what's the main reason why we all got into Jasmy? Is it because we're really like, oh man, I'm all out on Jasmy, rah, rah, rah. I think it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I'm going to get a Jasmy tattoo on my arm. No, that is not the case. The main reason, I would say probably about 90% of the people out there in crypto heard about Jasmy Let's face it, guys. It's one specific reason. Really attractive risk to reward ratio. Hence why maybe a lot of people, that's how they first heard about XRP, right? Because it did become so distressed after the whole thing with SEC. That is the key common factor here. Anyway, let's jump into this. So Hara says Japan has a very convenient IC card called Suica. Jasmine also aims to provide a system where users can hold a certain amount of Jasmine coin in their wallets and therefore lock it up, thereby improving its functionality, valuing their data, and exchanging it for value. The goal is to create a system that allows users to exchange their data for value. Think about it. They've been preaching this for a while, but people haven't been paying attention. I'm glad our community is paying attention, because the key utility layer, the main utility layer for Jasmine, is data democratization, and that equals value. At the end of the day, that equals great value. This is not a meme coin. I couldn't believe some of the comments I saw from ignorant people, not you guys, but just in general, from ignorant, naive people who just take this project off of the surface and they look at it just like anything, like Sean pointed out in his video, right? CryptoSmith. They take it right off of the surface and they say, boom, rug pull. And we get that. But if that's all a person's doing, and then they're flooding it from there on out without doing proper research, they're missing the bigger picture. So anyway, the goal is to create a system that allows users to exchange their data for value, like I mentioned. In other words, the lockup will continue as long as the user continues to use the system, but the number of lockup Jasmine coins per user is expected to be small. And so this guy has a good response. Keytar, I believe I'm following him. Oh, I guess I'm not, but I've seen him before. And so, he says, can you explain what you mean, Takeo? Well, Takeo does respond to it. He says, Suica is a convenient bridge for crypto, basically a cash card for travel that doesn't require KYC. Everyone in Japan has one. And, basically speaking, I mean, I guess I'll pull this back up and reiterate it just in case you are just now connecting. Why do we start things off with Mr. Zippy? The reason why we started things off with him basically is because he references what they're talking about in this particular AMA. And that's one of the key things of why we mention it. And I'm going to bring this back up again. Just in case you missed it, here it is again. This is what's being referenced. What you see here on your screen. Boom. Right? So, this is why I appreciate content creators like this who do the deep dives long before I did, because they bring it as great reference when people have doubt about Jasmine. We already connected the dots long ago. This guy came long before I came into the whole thing with Jasmine. I never said I was an expert, but I try to learn as much as anybody else out there, right? We all have an entry point when it comes to learning these things. And so this is what's being referenced. This is great to see because you understand the utility being used based off of what? Reference to this with Suica. So, I mean, you see this being mentioned on that particular one. And, it's good stuff. It's real good stuff because if anything, you want to have a broader idea of like where we're going forward. Let's see here. This other one is pretty good. Like look what it said here. Crypto Penguin. I mean, I know there's just random guys and so on, but I mean, it's on topic. So, Crypto Penguin says, I know a guy who lived in Japan for 10 years, told me about the card. See what I'm saying? You can buy it wherever, and it has a picture of a penguin on it. It's a reloadable cash card for users in all convenience stores, subways, trams, bus fare, etc. in Japan. Literally, it is the first thing you need when you visit. That's cool with me. That's utility being used a lot. I'm just telling guys flat out. I mean, for people who just want to flood this project and say they don't got nothing going on. And what do we consistently see? Nope. There is something here. And they do have these particular connections. And how about the last particular video I did about the medical industry and so on. Actually, I think that's the video I'm going to release in the morning. My bad. Anyway, there's a lot of interesting things when it comes to Jasmine. Yeah, we talked about that one on that particular one last night. All right, I'm going to stop the share on that. Kick it back in the comments for a brief bit. Again, thank you for everybody that's here tonight. Really appreciate you guys. As Larry would say, 53 wonderful, beautiful people. And we always appreciate you guys in that regard. Give me a second. All right. Brian Dowie, I didn't even see. I had to check the other screen. It looks like you became a member or something like that, maybe a while back. I don't know. I remember just reading that wrong. But whatever the case be, if I didn't have a chance to welcome you a long time ago, I'm definitely welcoming you now. Thanks, man. That's awesome that you chose to join. He says all that quant is making Rayan delirious. That's a good point. All right, so I did see a super chat come through. I believe it's from IDPP. Let me see. And let's scroll down to that real quick, and then we'll catch up with some of the other particular comments. I also saw OV's in the house. Welcome, Michael Montclair. Thank you guys for being here. And let's go further down. Whitewood's got the super chat. Thanks for that, Whitewood. Really do appreciate it. And let's see here. It is from IMDPP. And he's got a $10 super chat. Thank you for that. He says, that picture of the document I sent you the other day about Cypherium, CPRX mentioned it in his second video. Yeah, let me pull up that particular picture real quick. I'm just going to go through the comments to make sure I don't forget anything else. You do have another one. All right. Well, thank you for this and your continuous support of CTN. Really, really appreciate it. Again, with a $10 super chat. And then this other one came up, and he says, as an IMDPP, he's never selling his ISO 222s and token/coins. I'm nearly 70K in, and I'm staying in. Mean tokens, I lost 12K. Yeah, I lost some on that too. What people don't understand, this is the last opportunity for people to come out of the rat race and stay out of it. Man, you and I are real close, almost like you got obviously more into this whole thing than I do. So for me, total, not just an ISOs, but total, I mean, that counts memes as well. Last I count was 69K. So shout out to you. Thank you for sharing that. I would totally agree that, yeah, people don't understand this is the last opportunity for people, because after regulatory clarity, we're not going to be able to get, maybe there might be some random projects. I don't know. But, this is the whole thing of when they say that 99% of it goes away, then it just kind of really squashes that. It's just kind of, I mean, come on, 99%. So my thing is, that's a great statement. Thank you so much again for the super chat and your continued support of CTN. Really do appreciate it. I also want to welcome LeGrand Commissions in the house. Welcome. I'm just going to see if there's any other chats that I missed. All right. Here's a great comment from Miguel. Fill your bags, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, staying on the topic of what we just said. But yeah, we'll go ahead and pull that up real quick of what he shared with us the other day. Let me see if I can pull it up in a way that would look a little bit better. Let me see. So I'll download this, and I think he has some other things. Hold on a second. So this is the other one from Cypherium, and here's the other one from that you sent me. It's the third picture. So I'm gonna share all three of these pics real quick. Let me see if I can actually, because it came from the CTN side. I never shared a pic from the site yet. So give me just a second. And let's try to see if I can present this in a way where you can see it. Hold on. All right. Let me see. That's so weird. It's not opening up the right way. Maybe you can do it this way. Here we go. Invalid type file. That's all right. I'll find a site to put on real quick where we're getting through it. But yeah, I mean, I understand that, there's a lot of talk about all this, like where we're at with this. So let me just see if I can, hold on, free image hosting. Hold on. We have a particular site I use. I used to use Image Shack back in the day, and then they started, like, I don't know, charging for everything. It's kind of ridiculous. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna do that one. Give me a second. Let's see. Man, this thing takes forever. All right, let me do it from. I just want to make it really, really big for you guys. That's the whole thing. And this one site just being ridiculous. Hold on, free image hosting. Maybe I just posted on CT or Twitter. I don't know why I didn't think of that. I'll just post it on Twitter. Let me see. Yeah, we'll just do that. So just do a Twitter one real quick. Boom. All right, so I'm just gonna tweet that. Some people might be like, "You didn't tag it, you didn't do nothing." Oh well, I need it right now. I need something quick right now. Don't want to lose you guys. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna retweet some of this stuff. All right, hold on a second. I'll do like one more. There we go. There we go. All right, that's cool. Yeah, let's do it that way. That'll be a lot easier. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So I'm going to share the screen, and here we go. So this is straight from my Twitter, right? And, you know, by all means, follow me at DPG Maximus. Here's some of the particular pictures that I am DPP was sharing. So he took a picture, you know, with his phone in regards to this, right? So, you know, look at the URL, all right? federalreserve.gov, right? So Cypherum clearing system. Some of the more crucial functions that the banks provide, including clearing, you know, all this stuff, right? And it goes settling funds between separate ledgers. The single bank cannot provide these services. These tasks are accomplished through communicating and sharing liquidity. It kind of gets chopped off there. It says banks in different countries and regions in this way. Clearing systems gets chopped out. It says network of channels and hubs connecting bank liquidity. This traditional centralized clearing process for bank cards works the following. But again, look at the URL. That's the key thing. federalreserve.gov, right? So Cypherum clearing system, but it's referenced on federalreserve.gov. Okay. So there's that. Let's get into some of the other ones. How about this? The stance of each country's regulatory authorities over cryptocurrency. This is posted from SBI Group. All right. That's a familiar name. Look what's highlighted here, right? Bitcoin IRA. All right. Why you guys have an IRA? Bitcoin offers an individual retirement account. All right. IRA. I always call it IRA. A lot easier than saying IRA. A form of an individual retirement plan in the U.S. receives approval from the IRS to handle Bitcoins, XRPs, etc. They didn't have to mention XRPs, but they do. They could have just said Bitcoins, but they specifically mentioned XRPs. That's some, you know, I asked him earlier, like I sent you a DM, IMDPP, and I was like, wow, you know, like you got some more links in regards to that. But in reality, we don't need the links. We could just go like right here, right? Go to, I believe, SBI Group. That's pretty darn bullish if you say, to say the least, right? That's impressive. So I mean, like, you're clearly doing your research. You know your stuff. I mean, thank you so much for sharing this with the community. That's pretty awesome. It's really cool. I mean, you know, to be an XRP holder and even seeing it mentioned, some, you know, in my opinion, this is something like Crypto Hulk would do something like that. You know what I mean? So that's really cool. I'm really glad you're doing that. You're taking more of a deeper dive into some of these things. That's awesome. I think that was the last picture. I might have this third one. Hold on a second. I believe that's it. Yeah, 1, 2. I don't know. Maybe there's a third picture. Did she have a? Let me double check. I'm gonna check the site. You might have had another picture. So 1, 2. There was another picture. Hold on a second. And I think this is also in regards to Cypherum. Okay, so I'll just share this. It's not super big, but it gets the point across. So here we go. and it's from the CTN site. Here we go. So as you guys see right here, right, this you just basically showing, if you want to look this up for yourself, type in Fed now space Ethereum. That's how he was able to find it. So that in itself is pretty cool. I believe you had like another one from the other day, but that's what we were talking about, all that stuff. Yeah, that's great, man. Thank you again for sharing that with us, and glad to bring it to you guys. All right, let's get into a few more comments. I probably lost my spot on a lot of it, so sorry about that, but it's all right. I want to read this comment from Blackwood. I always forget to mention this, Max, but your editing skills for the intros are really good. Oh, shoot. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, you know what? I do part-time work. I don't get to do it all the time. So, little known fact, because I don't know. I don't like to volunteer like everything about me. You know what I mean? Some things I kind of like to keep private, but something like that, I guess I don't mind mentioning. I actually make like commercials, like part-time. You know what I mean? Just for like extra money. I don't do it full-time because some places they like, once they see some things they want, they think you're like a major production or something like that. Like I have limitations on what I can do, but like my buddy's roofing company, I done some small commercials for his website. Some of them are also on YouTube, and so on. Maybe I could pull one up or something and whatnot. Maybe I could do that a little bit later, but yeah, thank you very much. I do try when it comes to the intros, right? Because my attitude is, you know what? I mean, I try to be creative. I try not to make it too super long, right? Because like people can complain about that. They just want you to kind of, obviously get to the news and so on. But yeah, like I don't know if you notice the little things. Like if I'm talking about Ripple, like on-demand liquidity, what am I do? I make an intro where it shows like, was a big old container getting filled up full of liquid. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, he's been creative with that. I don't know. I think people appreciate that. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. And if they don't, then whatever. You know what I mean? It's what am I going to do, right? I guess my friend would be glad that I'm promoting his site real quick. His headquarters is in Surprise, Arizona. I'm still technically an employee of his. But anyway, here it is, just to show you real quick. So here's the company. They're called Sky Builders. And I did this particular quick little, I think this is aired on TV here locally. Anyway, I'll show you guys this. I do make commercials. So check this out. Let me know what you think. This is Matt, it says something about, Max doing intros. This is 27 seconds. So we'll get back to the news. I swear. Here we go. I had that played in a different, whatchamacallit thing. Oh, God. I forgot. This is, I got to set the settings. I should have it like in 1080p, and the stream comes across as 720. Give it a second for it to catch up, because what's going to happen is, yeah, it's just not going to, you know what I mean? It's going to get all chopped up. Let me see if I can play real quick. Hold on. Yeah, it's gonna get all funky, but I might play the rest of it later. But it has a whole thing. It's kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, I'll just pull it up later. It's no big deal. But anyway, yeah, it lists the phone number, all sorts of stuff. It's a good commercial, but this is in 4K, and I'm trying to output to you guys in when this stream is set for 720, so it's going to have an issue. Forgot about that. Anyway, all right, let me get back into just a couple more comments, and then if anything, we'll get back into the news. Mr. Lambo says, does 9,000 XLM qualify one as XLM whale? I don't know. If that's the case, I'm a whale. I never looked at it that way. I don't know. That's a good question. What do you guys feel about that? Because when it comes to XLM, I'm into it. But when it comes to the consistent thing of like some people say like, man, you should have a target goal of 20,000 XDCs. Should have a, I say target goal of at least a minimum of 10 quant. But in reality, I don't have the answer when it comes to XLM. That's a good question. All right, let's jump back into some of the news coverage that we have, because let's be honest, we kind of need to do it, right? So let's see what we got. I think somebody just sent me a message. Here's the link to SBI group document. All right, we'll get to that in just a bit. Let me see where we're at. So we talked about the whole thing in regards to Jasmy, which was cool stuff. Showed you guys everything in regards to this thing with Facebook. Glad to bring that to you guys. Not Facebook, but you know what I mean. The particular screenshots, right? The correlation of Jasmy, how it, is almost like tracing over the chart, right? With Ethereum and Bitcoin. Cool stuff. So we talked a lot about some of that stuff. And give me just a second. So let's get into some of the quant coverage that we have. All right. So smash that like if you haven't done this already. Let's get into that. So shout out to this particular guy. His name is Quantillions. Central banks in Italy, Malaysia, and Singapore have launched successful tests of cross-border instant payments via mobile phones and quant. Now you may be thinking, well, why mention this? Well, for one, he posted this, I believe yesterday was the 24th. So it was yesterday. But the main key takeaway from this, before we get more into it, is I want to remind people of this coming up here, right here. Hold on a second. I'm going to share this tab instead. So a while back, if you're wondering where am I going with this, I shared with you guys a little deep dive. And I should say a little deep dive. It was a deep dive. So this video is in reference to this. This is why, again, I want people to understand why we put so much emphasis on some of these particular news clips. So this was what was released yesterday in reference to some of these things. Here's a perfect example. This video says Quant Maximus presents Vodafone. Of course, shout out to Quant Papa, but that was very significant, right? Right? Yeah, it was, because that's Quant's overledger integrated SIM cards, and it's not speculation. We have the proof, the outline, the whole 9 yards. That was a deep dive. Now, if you want to jump into that at some point, you can. Some people don't. That's okay. Maybe you just want to see price action. That's totally fine too. But when we jump back to this outline that we have for you, understand this. Finextra, right? Mobile payments or payments via mobile phones, right? Central banks in Italy, Malaysia, and Singapore have, I can't even pronounce that right, lauded, I guess, successful tests of cross-border instant payments via mobile phones. The year-long tests were overseen by the Bank for International Settlements Innovation Hub in Singapore under the banner Project Nexus. The test payments were initiated using only mobile phone numbers or the recipient's company registration numbers via the Eurosystem's Target Instant Payment Settlement, which is TIPS, Malaysia's real-time retail payments platform, RPP, and Singapore's fast and secure transfers, which is fast payment system. It says, quote, I am thrilled at our success in connecting 3 national payment systems and the potential this indicates for Nexus, says Cecilia Skingsley, head of the Bank of International Settlements Innovation Hub. Obviously it pays the way, that gets chopped off. There's more in regards to this, but what's significant is, again, we always connect the dots when it comes to all this. Quant Papa originally introduced this with Vodafone. I gave you guys more of a deep dive into Vodafone by taking some of the information from Quant Papa and then actually going to Vodafone. Now, you may be asked, just real quick, without getting into the deep dive, well, what the heck is Vodafone? You have to keep in mind this. When it comes to Vodafone, what stood out or stands out currently for them is they are Europe's biggest mobile carrier. That's the key thing you need to look out for. And why is all of this significant? It's because Vodafone, again, like we mentioned, right? was done through Quant's overledger as far as making things interoperable on their 5G and now I guess in the future 6G platform. That's the key thing. Now let's get back to the whole thing about Finextra and the Quant connection. So I'm gonna jump into that for just a brief moment, and I want to share this with you guys because I mean I know we have, let's face it, a lot of what we built here is through Quant. So it says central banks see future for global instant payments via mobile phones. Again, this is printed today, or not today, yesterday. And look what it says. The year-long tests were overseen by the Bank of International Settlements. We talked about this, Singapore, under the banner Project Nexus. Now, you heard, for instance, Crypto Lulu, Verson, maybe even Zach Director. I don't know. I could have sworn I maybe heard him mention about Project Nexus. But you're going to hear more and more about Project Nexus going forward. So it says test payments were initiated using only the mobile phone numbers, like we mentioned, TIPS, RPP, and also Singapore's FAST, right? I don't want to requote this, but it says for the next phase, Bank Indonesia, BNM, Banco Central Energy Pilipinas, which is in the Philippines, MAS, and the Bank of Thailand will connect their countries' instant payment systems and facilitate cross-border transaction across a combined population of 500 million people. So, when we give you guys examples of like Quant works in the background to get it done, but this doesn't say Quant, and then we do deep dives and then we understand like, okay, but the technology to get it done as far as interoperability was used through Quant's operating system of Overledger. That's big, because then you have a broader understanding that, oh crap, I guess maybe, this whole thing of, do we hit $1,000 per Quant sometime this year? I honestly think we do. I know there's a lot of FUD in regards to 2023 and so on, but we already had indicators to show, especially in data, that we are at the doorstep of getting this literally in motion. And when I say this, it's not just Quant, obviously. Some of the other things that we've seen recently with ISO 222 is the path forward based off of all this. So it says, looking ahead, the BIS and the 5 central banks, that Nexus could eventually be implemented, will go global, basically. To achieve this, they plan to establish a global advisory panel of central banks and payment system operators to advise on the project's development beyond the Southeast Asian region. The Bank of Italy and the European Central Bank will be invited to join this panel. So that's really cool stuff, and I was glad to be able to share this because, again, that was today. But again, the key thing is this headline you see right here: central banks see future for global instant payments via mobile phones. They understand what's the main thing, guys. You know it for the most part, but what is the main thing? People walking by, right? We showed that clip of from Zippy, with the whole thing with Jasmine, right, in that particular connection. But the key thing is where they're going on a light rail or going on subway train, bus, you name it. Sometimes a person doesn't want to necessarily bust out their card, right? They just want it all on a one-stop shop on their phone, right? That simply makes sense, because if you enable one main carrier, whether it's Vodafone or whether it's this particular one and so on, or other particular networks, it all comes together because now it's that ease of access. They already have it on their phone without even thinking. Like Mike Cornwall mentioned, we're talking about the debit card. Without even thinking, people are going to swipe the debit card. Well, how about this? Without even thinking, we're going to get to the point where just, I guess, pass your phone over. That's not too bad. That's really cool. And, going further in Web3, people are definitely thinking about this moving forward. How can we take one step out of the equation? I do honestly think we eventually get to the point where maybe, I don't know, in the next couple of years, who knows, where we do take one step out of the equation, which is the actual card itself. Maybe it would just be 100% phone, boom. I don't have the answer. I don't know how technical that is, but you do see what's mentioned here. Central banks see future of global instant payments via mobile phones. Boom. All right, Gonna kick it back into the comments again. Thank you to everybody who's here on this wonderful Friday. I appreciate you all. I don't even know where I'm at in the comments right now. So again, good problems to say the least. I did receive a DM from IMDPP. Let's see what's going on with that. I did see Menelec join. So let me see real quick. Menelec says Kraken exchange issues. One more reason LCX should be examined closely by non-holders. And I'll read this other one. Quant is one of the 5 digital assets I do not research much anymore. This use case is confirmed. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I get where you're coming from, but for us, it's just, there's a lot of people still don't know about it. But yeah, I'm totally convinced on Quant. And thank you for being here, Menelec. I'm gonna check out that DM he sent me, IMDPP. Let me see real quick. So unfortunately, I can't pull that up. It just references your local drive, I guess. It just says file. It doesn't give me a URL. Didn't come across right. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I didn't come across right on the DM. So just give me a heads up. But let me get to a few more comments because I do definitely want to try to keep a balance of that. And I'm like super behind. Man, where the heck are we at? Man, that's a long time ago. Let me see some of the other ones. All right. Want to welcome Zap70. Mint Blue recently surpassed 50 million transactions, 24 hours. Okay. Thank you for the heads up on that. All right. Let me see here. Yeah, I'd like to welcome OV Crypto from earlier. Jim Contreras, best place to store XDC. Anybody? I'm gonna go with. I know people don't like me saying this. I guess I'll say Ledger, but I'm still pretty sure you have to manually make a folder, and a lot of people don't like that. I think you also put on Decent, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm sure some people will give you a heads up in regards to that. All right. Jim Contreras, welcome. All right. Yeah, this would be horrible if this actually gets named like that. Cypherium Luna or Cypherium Classic. That just doesn't sound good. All right, Jim Contreras, love these lives. People are cool. Yeah, they are. We do have cool people. You guys are cool people. And at the end of the day, it's all about community and bringing the knowledge, bringing the research together, and so on. Let me see here. Here's an update from Michael Montclair. My goal is now is 10,000 XRP, 10,000 XLM, 100,000 XTC. That's real cool. Very cool stuff. LeBron says small bull run is about to start. April would be nice. Don't sell your Luna Classic. Yeah, I'm not. I'm in Luna Classic to the end. I think that we're eventually going to be fine. The main thing is once we get milestones achieved. Obviously this whole thing, like, $5 Luna Classic. I mean, come on. Let's focus on. Let's just get to a penny first. I do think eventually we get to 7 cents, like Mike Horn was eventually mentioning, or originally mentioning. Excuse me, I have a hard time talking today. But my main key thing is this. All right, I want people to understand this. It's that darn USTC, right? Repaying UST and milestones with that. If we could get over a hump of, oh my God, I mean, get to 5 cents, to get to 10 cents, get momentum going. Because once that repegs, it is smooth. It's like downhill from there. Not downhill as in a bad way, a good way. Because that's their main utility mechanism. And oh man, I mean, I'll be so glad that I held. I know we don't talk about Luna Classic here much, as much as we used to compare last summer, but that's just the way I personally look at it. I believe that repairing that ecosystem is key. Obviously, the burns is key. I understand people are upset, like, it's going to take 1,000 years to burn it all and so on. I understand all those complaints, but my thing is, I'm in for it the long term, and I'm cool with that. But anyway, all right. So I think I'll read a couple more comments, like Star Dogs, and then I'm going to get back into the. the actual news. All right. So we have him. He says next bull cycle will be mega Bitcoin, or will be mega BTC to the moon. The conditions with banks, inflation, etc., are perfect. Cool stuff. All right, let me go ahead and highlight that. I'm going to jump back into some of our particular news coverage. So shout out to Quantillions for his info that we had. And let's see here. Let's jump to some of the Ripple news. So shout out to Riz XRP. We do share his content quite often. Great content creator. I follow him. He follows me. And yeah, he covers pretty much like almost everything that we cover as well. So look at this AWS partner profile Ripple, right? We understand that they are a big partner, right? But look what he posts. RippleNet is a decentralized global network of banks and payment providers using Ripple's distributed financial technology, which provides real-time messaging, clearing, and settlement of financial transactions. Ripple connects bank payment providers, digital asset exchanges, and corporates via RippleNet to provide one frictionless experience to send money globally. Yes. Now, in reply to this lady, Maria XRP, look what's shown here. Look at these legacy payments. You know, for people who are like, well, it's not that big of a deal. Are you kidding me? Look at the legacy payments. You need to. So you have a limited reach with legacy payments. With RippleNet, you have a global reach. Days to settle with legacy payments. Yeah, no kidding. Seconds to settle with RippleNet. High failure rates. RippleNet, near zero failure rates. Legacy payments, trillions in costs, maybe even more, right? In recent days. RippleNet, 50% plus reduction in costs. All right, so this whole thing in regards to the Ripple case study. Let's pull this up. All right, let me pull this up again. Here we go. So I want to show you guys this just real quick, right? We obviously know about some of these particular things, but one of the key things here is recognizing what you see right here for what's posted on the actual Amazon Web Services site, right? So it says key Ripple products that enable RippleNet members include Xcurrent, which is, they process real-time payments, right? And if you're wondering about some of these things, look what it says. Ripple software is installed within the bank's infrastructure and is built to interface with the bank's systems using API interface or through a translation layer that can consume traditional payment message formats, of course, to compress the integration timeframe into weeks. But the main thing is understanding some of these particular ones, where it's Xcurrent or Xrapid, right? Source on-demand liquidity. Always talk about on-demand liquidity. Look at this. Xvia, send global payments with a single integration. They have multiple things posted here about RippleNet's use cases, but what's the key takeaway here? The key takeaway is understanding that even if you went to other particular big sites, right? Maybe they don't necessarily list Ripple. Amazon Web Services does, and they give people the full details about RippleNet, some of the particular members and so on. I just thought that was pretty cool, just to see that other people are recognizing some of the use cases and so on. Maybe some people don't feel as though that's a big deal, but nonetheless, I feel as though it is. I'm going to show you one other particular thing here real quick, and that is, believe it or not, the Stellar news. So let's just jump into that for a brief moment. We will kick it back in the comments for a second. So I've been really trying to keep up with this. And so here it is. Here's the Stellar news. Yeah, back-to-back days of Stellar news. So 3 hours ago, you can see it for yourself. There's not many views, right? There's not even that many likes. 3 hours ago, you have this whole thing, Stellar Community Fund, like it says. But I fast forward to this particular part because it says the integration of Stellar, and of course, I'll read part of this. So what I want to show you guys is this part. Earlier today, 3 hours ago, it says, as part of community vote for the SEF number 12 pilot round of the Stellar Community Fund, almost all selected submissions who completed proof of intent took the stage to present their entries to the Stellar community at large on March 24th. So, as the saying goes, kind of like going to, you're going to have Chinese food, right? Is your Chinese food going to taste great? Going to a buffet? Well, out here in Phoenix, I hate to tell you, it is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. It's just quantity over quality. Well, crazy way of looking at it, but it's an analogy. I do these type of analogies quite a bit. I like the idea that Stellar recognizes quality over quantity. So they vet these projects before they just, allow them to be onboarded to build on Stellar. That's the key thing. You don't want to just garbage projects building on your platform, right? Right. All right. So we fast forwarded to this particular part, which is this right here, integration of Stellar blockchain into Spatium wallet builder solution. You're going to want to hear this for a brief moment because, again, I think one of the key highlights of today is wallets. So I did a video earlier about the new Casper wallet. Let's get into the whole thing about the new Stellar wallet. So some of you guys mentioned that, you love using Stellar to, send to and from because, the ease of access, virtually no fees. You might want to pay attention to this. So let's get into that. Smash the like if you haven't done so already. This is the Stellar news you're looking for. Here we go.
So yeah, let me share my screen. Awesome. Okay, so in fact, what we are doing in Spatium is that we are creating a Web3 wallet builder, a platform empowering businesses to build self-custody wallets for their end users. And the reason for that is that we all understand the tons of opportunities Web3 and its especially Stellar offers. However, there is no such a mass adoption, the ones we all wish it would be. And what we see currently from businesses coming from both from Web2 and Web3 is a huge request for non-custodial wallets. But what we managed to get from the customer development is that they always said, we do not want to build the wallet ourselves, but we want to base it on a solid background. And that's, in fact, a problem because you might spend a fortune to build a good wallet, which will remove all the mass adoption barriers. And you need another fortune to support and grow it. And in fact, there are many adoption barriers which limit adoption of also Stellar. One of them, which is we all are familiar with, is the private key management, hated completely, seed phrases, and so on and so forth. What we offer here is a great tool for all of those folks who want to build their own self-custody wallet. Is basically a foundation, a tool to bring a wallet that has an answer for all the mass adoption barriers, namely multi-party computation instead of a private key, biometric backup instead of a seed phrase, already made functionality modules for on-off-ramp swaps, DeFi, and dApps. And it should and must work the way that it's easy to integrate into existing solution or being able to create a new wallet from scratch. In fact, what we want to offer Stellar in this respect is the integration of XLM as well as all the activities Stellar's offer into the wallet builder platform, so that every business who is currently using Spatium and for those who are aiming to join will be able to offer Stellar to their community. And our platform will eventually receive certain visibilities. That's where we, of course, are interested in partnership with Stellar, as well as any DApp on Stellar who will be interested in offering their own self-custody wallet will be able to do that based on the platform. So why use Spatium? Because it saves tons of resources for businesses. So at the end of the day, the platform which we will offer is planned to be fully free for small businesses and small projects who do not have enough user base and etc. for them to grow. On the later stages, we also plan to completely open source everything we have. It will be like step-by-step basis, but initially it saves you tons of resources starting from design, which we will provide to everyone, like a ready-to-use Figma file, a ready-to-use wallet, as well as assistance in development, DevOps, architecture, and etc. Finally, how it works. So we will have a certain different integration options. One of them will be a box solution, so it's a ready-to-use application. You could try it yourself on spatium.net. as well as the wallet SDK, which can be used to integrate crypto functionality into existing application or to create a new application from scratch, as well as the final part, which we think will help a lot for the wallet developers, is all-in-one cloud, where every piece of infrastructure is in one place. So you do not need to worry about the node providers, fiat to crypto and vice versa, exchange rate. You do not need to worry all those transaction history, notifications, and so on and so forth. Here it is available for you. Just use it and build the wallet you need. Finally, what we want to achieve, apart from that in our roadmap, is a few things that might be interested for the end users. Especially, we place a huge.
All right, we're gonna pause it there for just a brief moment. Let me get back in the comments, but if you're still following this, I mean, this is cool because this is new in regards to what you see with Stellar, right? And look at this particular outlook or roadmap, if you will. So, you can see how this dated back to, like, for instance, 2021. This builder was an alpha, but see where we're approaching here soon. Modular engine presented together with modular marketplace, how this gasless transactions, ability to send crypto without native coin powered by MPC. I mean, are you kidding me? Who doesn't like the idea of gasless transactions? Some people may say, well, then, if it's gasless, how is the utility going to be utilized? And if it's not being utilized, that's the whole point. Like, you're not going to see price action, stuff like that. We got to look more into this. But my thing is, I've never been a fan of huge gas fees. I don't think anybody is. I think he's going to get to the point about co-signing no's. I did review most of this earlier before the show, but there's some good stuff here. I'll leave the screen up for a brief moment, get back into the comments, see where we're at. I did see that, I believe it was Patrick Collier connected. So welcome, Patrick. And let me see where we're at actually on this particular outline. So let's see here. Darius Magruder, welcome. Wait a second. Aren't you the guy from, I believe you're from Twitter, if I'm not mistaken. If you're the same guy I'm thinking of, you've been watching us for a while, and I believe you're trying to run for president in you're like a candidate or something like that in 2024. Cool stuff. If I'm thinking of the same guy, might be thinking of somebody else, but nonetheless, welcome. I want to read this real quick. My goodness. The Jasmine movement. Man, this is cool. Thank you for all you do for the Jasmine community. We appreciate you. Go Jasmine Army. Wow. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you as well. Just even taking the time to be here. Guys, let's welcome the Jasmine movement. That is cool. That made my day. Thank you very much for that. Just trying to see if there's any other specific questions before we kick it more into like our particular outline that we have. IMDPP has some info for us that we definitely will share from earlier. Remember the whole thing with what was it, SIB? The whole thing with Cypherium, FedNow and all that. But we'll get back into that here in a bit. Yes, shrimp fried rice is amazing. Egg rolls are good, especially the veggie ones. Man, you know what? I'm gonna double check Twitter real quick. If you're the guy I'm thinking about, I haven't seen you actually, in or commenting, I should say, on the show. Hold on a second. Try to type in. Hope I'm typing it right. 2 R's Magruder. Hold on. Well, I did find you. Okay, you're not the same guy. That's okay though. There's another guy whose name is Darius, and he's got a pretty large, like crazy following, and he's actually running as a presidential candidate, which I thought was kind of cool. Anyway, I actually sent you a follow for the heck of it. Why not? But thank you for being here, Darius. Appreciate you. All right, let's go ahead and kick it back to what we have. on this particular one. Let's play just a little bit more. Let's see where we're at on this. We'll play the whole thing, but I definitely want to just show you guys just a little bit more in regards to this. So they're almost done. I don't know. I thought this was pretty cool stuff. I mean, some people don't make that big of a deal with wallets, but my key takeaway is kind of like what you heard him mention. You know, this whole thing of being open sourced, and it's an SDK. It's going to be available for all partners. And with that said, like it's not a situation where a person has to learn a bunch of like new coding languages. I think he just basically mentioned that. So we're gonna play a little bit more in regards to this. And then we'll get into some of the stuff that IMDP just sent me. So again, thank you guys for being here, especially on this Friday night. Here we go.
Huge debate on the gasless transactions, where practically anyone can issue an overdraft for the user to send the token without the native coin. And that might be an interesting case, as well as we place a huge bet on M out of N to create practically any wallet of any type. And of course, we plan to open source it like as soon as it will get certain adoption within the community. And finally, it will be co-signing nodes. So yeah.
I am muted. My bad. So yeah, I got it, Mike. Thank you very much. So what I'm saying is, sorry about that, guys. I'm just having a hard time today. Like it's just I've been working too much today. Anyway, what I was gonna state is, yes, projects building on Stellar. That's the key thing. So I'm not gonna play all of this, but everything you saw beforehand is projects pitching to Stellar in hopes to basically build on Stellar, right? But this key area was the main key highlight that I did a review earlier. And I said to myself, this does need to be shared with the community. And for one, it's recent Stellar news. I mean, who's not excited about new Stellar news? I mean, let's face it, guys. Stellar is one of those things that you're lucky if you can report on it once a week. Some people don't even get to report on like every, maybe a couple times a month or something like that. So I'm trying my best. I go on crypto Twitter. I go on YouTube. I go everywhere I can to get more Stellar news out to people because it's just like, crypto, supply and demand, right? Trying to meet that demand. So there's just a little bit more in regards to this left. Let me know what you guys think about it. I thought it was worth a mention and a share. So anyway, let's play more of the in regards to this. Here we go.
Yeah, that's what we want to build. So we are really looking forward to cooperation with you guys, and thanks for the opportunity to be able to stand here today.
Awesome. That was a great presentation. And definitely, thank you so much for your flexibility. I know, we you hadn't indeed at first prepared for today, and then kind of last minute got the invite and whatnot. So thank you so much for your flexibility on that point. Awesome roadmap I see saying here, and definitely I'm seeing also in the chat. Yes, the problems that you expressed, this is all true. Wallet setup onboarding is still a massive barrier to entry. So it's super exciting to see people trying to alleviate this issue. All right, we have a question here from Morgan. What is your mobile tech stack, and how do you go about the Apple App Store restrictions on crypto projects?
Yeah, awesome question. In fact, we had a huge issue dealing with Apple. So it currently lasts for over a month, and we are preparing a step-by-step instruction how to deal with Apple regarding the wallet updates, because indeed they severely hardened the burden for the developers to present a crypto wallet. There are certain solutions for that. So if you're interested in, we can connect after this pitch, and we can share the options here we have. So it's possible. What concerns another part of the question? Can you repeat, please, Anke? Was it what it was?
Yeah. So let me see. So it was two questions.
Tech stack.
Yeah, tech stack. What's your mobile tech stack?
Yeah, so far within the wallet box solution, it's a hybrid application. So we use React as well as Capacitor. So it's like a single application which is run on both iOS and Android. When we speak about SDK, it will be provided in 3 languages, which will mainly be the JS, Kotlin, and Swift. So practically, this is the 3 parts we plan to release early Q2 this year. So somewhere in April.
Awesome. That's great to hear. Yeah, and Morgan also says on your other question, would love to see it in a blog or something for open consumption. There's another question by Morgan. How many integrations do you have already?
Yeah, so previously we were only delivering the white labels. So it's practically the same as the app you can see at spatium.net, but customized for a specific customer. So currently we have 5 customers with the end user base of somewhere near 100K users. So since we are now more directing on SDK because there is a broader market for that.
All right, I'm gonna wrap it up on that. Just glad to be able to share that. I think here soon you're gonna see that pop up a lot more. And I just thought that was worth sharing. Maybe people don't want me to put as much emphasis on that. I get it. But the key thing is if you have a wallet that stands out, we always talk about interoperability. In reality, yeah, anybody could build on it, expand on it, and so on. I think that's a win-win all the way around. That was one of the key things that stood out for the hour and 45-minute long Stellar update and so on. I just didn't want to get into all the other guys. We'll see which ones obviously make the cut, right? And then report on that. But it's stellar. Why wouldn't I want to share that? So that's the way I look at it. I do agree with Darius. Duck sauce is fire. Duck sauce. Menelec says whale status depends on how long you plan on holding at the price. To rise infinity, 10,000 XTC will make you the envy of many. Shrimp fried rice. I make a mean shrimp fried rice. I just want to throw that out there. I'm not joking. It's pretty good. It's like restaurant quality. Now, how would that be? You may be asking. I also make a mean chop suey. You want to know how that is? So my grandpa, right, who's old enough to be my great-grandfather, my dad's old enough to be my grandfather, years and years ago, when he went from LA to San Francisco, he actually got to work in a Chinese kitchen. And no, he's not Chinese, even though I'm part Chinese. This is on my dad's side, the British American side. And he was taught how to make like authentic chop suey, all these particular things. And so I did get to learn how to make it really, as you guys would say, some bomb shrimp fried rice. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Nobody could touch my shrimp fried rice or my chop suey. All right, let me go further down, because I'm way, way down. All right, I'm going to read a couple more, and we'll get into this outline that IMDPP has. Menelec states, XRP to 27 is all the TA rage of late. I think if Ripple settles or win against the SEC, it's going to be $44 by end of year. Nice. That would be really nice. All right, I'm going to go ahead and highlight that as a bookmark. Again, I lost my place. I apologize. When the comments came in, start flooding in, and then for whatever reason, it just kind of like boom, is gone on in regards to that. So sorry about that. I will try to read some more. I'll read one more. How about this? I am staking on Uphold from Darius McGruder. He states, unfortunately, Uphold will pause their staking wars because of the punk ass SEC. Yeah, I hate the SEC. All right. Yes, I said that word, so I apologize. All right. Let's kick it back to our coverage. So I'm going to get, we still have some more outlines on, some of the other news. Like we have, after we share this, we're going to get into XTC. This is good. This was recent today. Not today, actually, a couple of days ago, but still pretty recent for XTC. But yeah, let's get into this whole thing from Mr. IMDPP. And here it is. So let me jump into that. And I'm just going to double check if there's anything else that he specifically wants me to see. Looks like there is. And let's go ahead and share that. So here we go. All right. So this comes from, remember that original, picture that we shared? Like, wow, what is this, right? So here's an actual PDF from SBI Holdings Inc. 2017 information meeting. 169 pages here, right? But, here's the original source. Okay. So if anything, let me see real quick. I'm going to see if I can get to some of the key areas. But let me see here. Key questions. Hold on a second. There's a lot here. I'll have to go back for a second. Let me see if I can pull that other particular page up. So earlier we showed you that highlight of this right here. I don't have it blown up, but see where it's highlighted? This is what we're talking about from earlier. If you're kind of like just oblivious to this, like what is he talking about? Why is he referencing this? So towards the beginning of the show, we have this from the SBI group, right? The stance of each country's regulatory authorities over cryptocurrency, as you can see, mentions Bitcoin IRA, which offers an individual retirement account IRA, a form of an individual retirement plan in the U.S., receives approval from the IRS to handle Bitcoins, XRPs, etc. Like, that's cool. All right. Give me a second. I'm going to jump down for a brief moment. I might just have to actually save this to do a proper Control F. So let me just see if I can do that real quick. Yeah, I'm just going to do it that way. This will be a lot easier than trying to thumb through this IMDPP. So give me a second. And I'm going to try to pull this up. Oh, man. I just wish it could pull up in a way that I could just instantly access it. And of course, it's going to give me some problems. Oh, boy. Hold on a second. I have to see where this thing's saved. This is being ridiculous. Save it to pics. All right. I must put it in my downloads folder real quick. That's what's going on. All right. And hopefully I can just share the original source on StreamYard real quick. Give me just a sec. So do stop share. A video file. Gosh dang it. Slides. Let's see if I just share a slide from my computer. Upload file. They want a PDF. This should work. If it doesn't, then I don't know what to say. All right, it's uploading as we speak. I've never done it this way before, but let's see how well this works. Processing. Yeah, it's going to have to get a couple minutes. I'm going to go through a few more comments while that's loading up because I've never done it this way before. All right. Thank you again to the Jasmine Movement. That was so awesome that you showed up. And let's go further down. This guy's a great back and forth. All right. Menelec says Cypherium holes is gaping now, and I would de-risk if I held heavy bags of Cypherium. So in regards to Cypherium, I mean, I understand, with all what's going on, right? I got to check up on that particular video that, what's his face did the update, right? So I got to get caught up on that. My thing is this, I got to be convinced 100% that that's something I need to get out of. At the same time, I mean, I have to be just like resoundingly convinced, right? Like unanimously, or as the saying goes. Because my thing is, I don't also like the idea if there's still like a chance of something really being there solid. My thing is just like anything. I'm going to put what I can afford to lose. So I don't have, as you guys know, like all my eggs in one basket when it comes to Cypherium, or I have $5,000 into Cypherium. I have what I could afford to lose. And that's the way I look at it. So I'm not ready to hop on that yet, saying I'm out. I want to take my time to be objective about it, but at the same time being reserved to, you know what, I got to make a decision, but I'm not going to just jump into making that quick decision. But thank you for pointing some of that out. All right, I think I have it here. I'm going to add this to stream right now. there it is. And see if I could pull this up in a way so it's not going to be such a problem. Hold on a second. Let me see. I don't even know if it's going to allow me to just... Hold on a second. Let me see if it even shows this on your guys' end, because it might not. It might not even do that, which is ridiculous. Oh yeah, it's not going to do it that way. That's so stupid. All right, just a second. I think I have one other way I could pull this up real quick where it won't be such a problem. And I do apologize. Hold on a second. This thing is being ridiculous. I just want to pull it up so you guys can see it in a way which is not going to be too big of a problem. Hold on a second, because I want to do the Control F function if I just get to the the right part of this. And then go from there. All right. Control F is your best friend for the most part. Man. Here we go. Let's see. That isn't it. Let's go to the other one. Okay. I'll just get the part where it says crypto. Let me see. I'll try one more time. Sorry about the delays. I know a lot of times a lot faster than this, but man. All right. It's just not gonna do it, man. I'm so sorry, IDPP. Is there any like specific page you have? I was just gonna do Control F, but there's 169 pages here. I mean, this will take a long time to just get through all of this. So I don't know if there's any specific part. That's all I'm saying, man. I do appreciate the research and so on. All right. Let me get out that particular part. All right. I'm going to get back into the news because, I mean, we are kind of losing a lot of people and I'm kind of going too slow. But that's good news. It's just, I don't have the exact page and all that. I was hoping to do a Control F and just type it in, to key highlighted areas, but that's not going to work on this share is the point I'm trying to make. Okay. So let's get into some more of our particular news coverage. Let's talk about XDC. So if you're just connecting, you're wondering if I'm going to talk about XDC, here it is. We did do some deep dives in regards to prime numbers for XDC. Here's a particular update. This came out just a few days ago on the launch of ISO 222. So on Monday. Now, this comes straight from Prime Numbers Ecosystem. And if you're wondering who those people are, they have a following of 6,332. And like it also says, it is, the first lending and borrowing protocol on XDC. That's the main thing that should matter to you. All right. So Bruno Crypto, who is their CMO at Prime Numbers, talks about Prime Numbers finance and the importance of it on the XDC network. This decentralized app generates the most total value locked on any blockchain. That's the main reason why I'm bringing you guys this news coverage. This is a clip from the Prime Numbers XDC meet. And it's basically at the XDC offices in Dubai. How cool is that? So I'm going to go ahead and blow this up. Let's play this. We'll be back in about 2.5 minutes. Here we go.
So what's Prime Numbers Finance? Prime Numbers Finance is going to be the first lending and borrowing platform on the XDC network, okay? You're going to be able to lend your tokens and also NFTs, okay? Prime Numbers Finance is built on XDC, and as I said, it's the first DApp that is going to allow you to lend and borrow your tokens, okay? And this ecosystem, we always reward our community, so part of the revenue of Prime Numbers Finance is going to go to our PRT NFT holders and XDC staking NFT holders. Okay, so now let's talk about why we are doing it. Okay, why we are doing this and the importance of private finance on XCC. Of course, we are building on XCC because we love the network and we love building on XCC. Okay, I think we are going to build. Before Primeport, we saw that it's the app that creates and gives us the most revenue on any blockchain. And now we are going to talk about lending and borrowing platforms. These platforms are the ones that get the most total value locked on a blockchain. A blockchain is like a company. A company cannot work without employees. So the total value locked are like the employees, the offices, and everything on a blockchain. Okay. So as we can see here, this is a screenshot from Defi Llama. Okay. This is on Ethereum. Okay. The total value locked right now on Ethereum is 47 billion. And here, the first one is Lido Finance. It's a liquid staking platform. But the second one and third one are MakerDAO and Aave. Okay. These ones are lending and borrowing platforms. And they have 7 billion total value locked and 5 billion total value locked. As you can see, the users, the DApps that they most use are lending and borrowing platforms. And why is the total value locked so important? Because if people lock their tokens into platforms, it means that they are trusting on the platform and they are trusting on the network. If people don't lock up their tokens, it's because they don't trust on the network. They want to have their tokens on their own centralized exchange. They don't delegate it, so they can sell if anything happens. Once you put your tokens on MakerDAO on Aave, it's because you trust it. You want to earn more revenue with your tokens, and of course the total value locked increases. And for example, me as an investor, also in the crypto ecosystem, I always look at the total value locked because it tells me how much the community and how confident the community are in the project. Okay, so I think this is gonna be very important for the XCC network, and it will be released in the next 2 months.
Hopefully you guys could hear me. My freaking camera just got rugged. Man, I have nothing but problems today. This is ridiculous. Hold on just a second. Oh boy. My God. Jeez. Nothing but problems today. On the show, I'm trying to share some stuff. I can't share this presentation. I'm trying to share this PDF that IMDPP sent. I can't properly share it. I can't do a Control F. My keyboard is just shutting off and going on and off, on and off. I had to go get some stuff and like do a McGuire. I had to do like a MacGyver type thing to. It's just so freaking ridiculous. Ugh. I don't even know where I'm on the comment. I'm so sorry, guys. This was going to be a good show, but it's just freaking ridiculous. My host should go grab a beer and order some Chinese food. Sounds like a good idea, to be honest. Man, dang it. Stuff happens. I get it. Yeah, I had this whole thing. Well, hold on. Let me see what I got left. I don't even think I have a lot left. I mean, this thing just completely jacked up everything. Everything. Oh, my God. That is so annoying. Let me see if we can do something else. Hold on a second. Oh. Just double checking some settings, guys. I'm sorry. I got so much of this is all messed up right now. And I don't really have OCD, but like my thing is this: as a teacher, I always try to come in prepared, especially like for classroom and stuff like that. So it'd be like, how do I explain it? It'd be like if I left my classroom and then a bunch of kids from the other or students from the other classroom came in and just like took all my papers off of my desk and just like a tornado came through the room or something. It's just like, and my tabs are all gone. It messed, like something happened. I don't know if it's I don't know what the heck happened. It's just like all jacked up. Everything is jacked up right now. Wow. It's just, that sucks. That really sucks. I think, shoot, man. Yeah, I have literally one. All right, I'm gonna do one last news update, and that's it. And then I'm gonna apparently wrap things up. So I'm sorry, guys. I do appreciate you guys. That's basically what happened. Yeah, it is. I mean, I had a really amazing, one just like prime, locked and ready, and I was just like, Larry's couch right there. I did confirm it's vinyl. I was just like, you guys referenced the Vaseline. I was just like in between the cushions. And anyway, yeah, I had it primed and ready to go. And that's basically what happened. I decided to download from, P-Hub, and bottom line was, I shouldn't be doing that. And, yeah, I should basically just stream and then, virus all over my computer. It ruined the whole thing. I will not be able to provide any type of news updates or anything like that until April 1st, and specifically April 1st. And then maybe on April 2nd, I'll be able to provide more news updates. But basically speaking, I should learn to stream off of, as you would say, PHUB. And since I didn't do that, I'm paying the price. And yeah. You guys are horrible. All right. Let's read a couple more comments. All right. Tim Shea Max, why don't you just tell us about the first time you got pulled over? Oh, God. I don't even know. What was that? I do remember the first time I got pulled over. I was 17. I got pulled over by a nice black woman police officer. She was actually pretty hot, to be honest. It's a long time ago. Mine was 77 Impala, and with the fastback windows, a 2-door coupe. I love that car. I had a picture of it. I think I showed you guys a long time ago. Anyway, and the reason why I got pulled over is because she did think I was like, under the influence. I don't drink. I actually never touched alcohol until I was like 28. Because my best friend was killed by a drunk driver when I was a freshman in high school. His name is Mike Lehman, and I really I always think about that guy all the time. About like I just think about stuff like that. Like I had another friend that some friends that died from that. But anyway, just real quick. Long story short, she pulled me over in that car at the time. I need to get a front end alignment, so all the time I'm driving it would pull to the right. So yeah, here I am listening to some tunes with my friend. He came from Phoenix all the way up to Portland to visit me, and the car is kind of doing a little bit of this. I'm not trying to, and I guess I kind of slipped up. So she pulled me over, and she's just like, "Hey, you kind of everything okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, where are you guys headed to? I'm like, we're going to a concert. And she's like, "Oh yeah, what concert?" And I was like, "We're going to go to the Cool Nuts concert." He's a local rapper. He's one of those guys that never. He's real popular locally, but he never blew up. You know what I mean? But he's a pretty good, West Coast rapper. And she was like, "Oh, that's cool. I listen to Cool Nuts too." And she's just like, "Well, you don't seem to me as like a drunk guy." But she's like, "I'm letting you know that like you're kind of swerving." She's like, "What? You want to tell me what's up with that?" And I said, "Yeah, basically, it's my car. My front end is out of line." She's like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to, you're gonna want to get that taken care of." She's like, "Because if I pull you over for this, like another cop might pull you over for the same thing. It might not give you off in the morning." I'm like, "Well, my front end is out of line." And she's just like, "Well," she's like, "that's just how it appears." I'm like, "I don't drink. I don't do any of that stuff. But I do realize that if I don't get this fixed soon, I'm going to eat through my tires pretty quick." But anyway, there you go, Tim Shea, whether you want to hear that or not. All right, Edward Vincent says, "It was a fantastic Invisibus Maximus act." My gosh. Sliding away. Yes, Charlie Murphy, show him your. Buy another one, you witch mother. F your couch. No, yeah, that was a good show. All right. We're so off the hinges on this one. Blackwood says, "It's okay, Max. Just aim away from the camera before streaming." Aim away before. Oh, God. That is horrible. DGen Talk Now, featuring everyone. All right. Cool Cat says, "All my friends are pretty much dead. I just hang out with my dog and cat and my woman in that order." Ooh, nice. You're slipping her some BSV. All right. Tim Shea says, "Thanks, Max. You're welcome." Well, Tim Boomer. All right. I'm gonna do like one last segment and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Because I did want to talk about this because this is recent. All right, as in yesterday. So let me show you guys this. So it is Hedera's H bar. Let's jump in this real quick. So look at this Citadel wallet reveal, right? After 8 months of developments, we are finally ready to share the very first look at Citadel wallet. Most secure, user-friendly, and versatile wallet. Her hardware wallet is coming exclusively to Hedera. Why not pay attention to this? So if anything, I guess you could say the key highlight today is wallets, right? We showed you the new one for Casper and Recorded. I gave you that particular update in regards to Stellar, and then even this one, Hedera, right? Here's some pictures. I'm going to blow it up a little bit. Looks pretty snazzy, right? Pretty impressive stuff. I mean, I wouldn't put my drink on top of it, but I mean, I guess a person who would look at it and like, "Oh man, that's a nice looking coaster." There you go. I don't know, looks pretty snazzy. Let's jump down a little bit. Oh geez, that's a zoo from the Zoolander. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go straight to the Citadel site. And as you can see, this is going to be released in 4 days, 11 hours. I mean, they're having a countdown to this. I mean, it's a pretty big deal, right? So pre-orders coming, like it says. Here's a little bit more in regards to it from the actual Citadel site, right? We're just going to play a little bit about this. Hello security. Was it March 29th? I think afterwards. So, pretty cool stuff. Let's double check that again. The Hedera native hardware wallet starts on March 29th. You can pre-order. There's a pre-order page if you want to do it. Now it says supported Hedera services. Citadel wallet is developed from the ground up with Hedera network architecture and technology in mind. It is purposely built to support Hedera's native cryptocurrency, obviously HBAR, and all other services unique to the DLT, such as native tokens, scheduled transactions. Some of this stuff is, kind of chopped off. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. Oh yeah, I gotta go to 90% and more. See, they need to fix that because I'm at 100% and it's not showing it right. That's not cool. The wallet is meant for everyday users, projects, and enterprise. I mean, pretty cool stuff. I mean, here's that angle that you didn't get to see. I mean, some people are going to just call this like, hey, it looks like a coaster, but in reality, it's their hardware wallet, right? Like it's another hardware wallet. All right, what about the communication in regards to this? So it states Citadel Wallet supports a variety of interfaces for different applications and use cases. It supports 2 wireless protocols, which is Bluetooth 5.2 and NFC, as well as a single wired communication based on USB Type-C. Citadel can be paired with a smartphone using BLE, a laptop using USB-C, or a check register payment device with NFC interface. So that's pretty cool stuff. How about the display? I mean, they're really trying to sport like the look, right? I mean, it's not bad. I mean, come on. You've seen other wallets and hardware devices out there, right? For the most part, it's kind of like Henry Ford, his concept. You have any color you want as long as it's black, right? Well, look, they have pink, they have blue, they have gray. Citadel Wallet integrates a 1.3 high resolution and color contrast LCD display. The LCD screen is large enough for users to see transaction information or other messages on a single page simultaneously. The device is small enough to fit into a pocket, and that's cool. Because at the end of the day, I mean, they do use the word wallet. Some people do take it literally, right? Let's be honest. Some people do. But yeah, the display also supports capacitive touch for enhanced user experience and interaction with the device. Cool stuff. All right, how about the actual hardware, the nuts and bolts, as people would say? That's not really there. Citadel uses cutting-edge technology to bring a level of security never before seen in the hardware wallet industry. And this is why I think, honestly, they're making a big deal about this, right? You have the countdown, all these specific things. I think in the future, here soon, you do see more people mentioning it. So we're always mentioning other particular wallets. You guys you mentioned obviously Ledgers. Some people may mention Descent. I think this one's really going to stand out. I'm just being honest. So in design, microcontroller, secure element, and storage device communications are end-to-end encrypted to remove any chance for an MITM attack. My God. The secure element has a rating of CCEAL 6+, which will bring the highest level of protection to private keys. That is cool in itself. Mechanical, aesthetic, design, and easy use have been a major factor in the development of Citadel Wallet. Most hardware wallet products in the market have done a poor job in enclosure design with the assumption that aesthetics and user friendliness is not important to crypto users. On the contrary, they have deployed a mechanical design compatible with the likes of Apple smartphone and watch devices in order to bring convenience and joy while staying secure. It's funny what mentioned right there. Rugged, that's rugged actually. So designed with metal ring. I mean, strategic partners, obviously, right? Hedera ecosystem partners and so on. But they have links to all these, right? So pretty cool to see that. Here's a little bit in regards to the roadmap. So we're obviously approaching Q2 2023. So let's take a look at that. They're looking to develop secure firmware and software SDK to support Hedera services. They have a UX and even UI, user interface, and secure key management. They're looking to complete the software or the firmware. By Q4, they're looking to deliver pre-ordered wallets and open the website to everyone else to order. And that's cool in itself because people will be buying this. I don't know. Some people feel as though like, well, will that cause some price action? It could. It might not either. It just depends, Here's a little bit of details of the founder. He's got basically 6 years of experience in embedded systems development for highly critical, secure, reliable industrial, listen to this, guys, even military and avionic applications, supply chain management, addressing component lifetime issues, and handling vendor customer relationships. He's a creative thinker and problem solver. And by the way, if you're also wondering, has this gone a little bit somewhat mainstream? It has. It's been on Yahoo News, Yahoo Finance, Yahoo Money, Benzinga, and even MarketWatch. So pretty cool stuff. Thought I'd bring it to you guys in that regard. Going to get back into the comments and let me see where we're at. All right, let me see just a second. I don't even have anything highlighted. What the heck? Ripple Art Prepper says all good. He's still here. I do appreciate you guys for sticking around through the good times and bad. I mean, that's pretty cool. Hold on. Followed by one of the greatest sarcastic monologues. Yes, you like that, huh? All right. I did read that. Hold on a second. What up, Tim, Boomer, Brian, Matt, and Kat? Yeah, thank you, Edward, for being here. You like that too, huh? Anyway. Crypto Winner, I want to welcome you, man. Thank you for being a long-time supporter. And if there is a random content creator who's here, I just want to throw this out one more time and reiterate this. When it comes to your show, you have to keep in mind Crypto Winner, aka Badir, aka Hump Not Dump. He can come across a little rough around the edges, right? He's a good guy overall, and he's one of those type of guys you had to kind of win his respect. So thank you for being here. Cool Cat Crypto. Yeah, I have an old friend that moved away. I never see. H-Bar Wallet, nice. Yeah, thank you, Cool Cat. At least you recognize it. You know what I mean? To me, it is a big deal. You know what I mean? And then, they show you a clear roadmap. The site looks nice. They have a countdown. I mean, think about all the garbage projects out there. They have a countdown, and it's like, it's just a bunch of bull. This is H-Bar, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? I saw that, and I was like, come on. This is big. In my opinion, it was big. So many new wallets on the way. Yeah, I mean, I get there's so many, but the key thing is that's a good thing. You know what I mean? We're trying to you want to see projects give more options is the key thing, right? And then from there, right, we're also getting to the point where it's like, well, which one stands out? You know what I mean? And that also is a good thing. And I like seeing them kind of like, let's face it, guys, compete, right? So and then if we hold a lot of these, right, whether it's Casper's new one, which I believe is in beta, or this particular one, and so on, it's cool stuff. I'm not complaining at all. Search the SBI group document for XRP. All right, maybe I can pull something like that up. Hold on a second. Shoot. I have to refresh or something like this. Let me see. I can probably pull it up that way too. See if I can re-add this. Oh man. I have to get a specific slide. I know what to do. I can pull this up in a way. I don't know. I should be able to pull this up. Yeah, pull this up in a way in which I can pull up the PDF locally on my end and then go right to that direct slide. Hold on, XRP. Is it not allowing me to type XRP? No, it's not doing that. Yeah. Yeah, it's not even coming up with the word XRP. One of those things. Let me try a different way. I see. Okay, I can't do Control F. I gotta do it this way. All right, this way. XRP. All right, I got something. So this is on slide 111. Let me try something. See, I'm sorry, man. You just got to keep in mind this is a brand new way of sharing it through an actual slide locally compared to doing it on the internet. All right. I'm actually glad that we did this now. That way, in the future, I won't have these problems. I am DPP. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, I guess I'm not firing on all cylinders today, but anyway, it's just been also a really, really long day. I did a lot of work today. Like, I did a ton of work today. And I know a lot of you guys do too, but I mean, just today was just a lot. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna pull that up, and it says it's on slide 111. And let me see where we're at on this. So let me see if I can just jump to that real quick. So slide, geez, let's go fast forward, guys. Just bear with me. This is a weird kind of way of sharing this. See, there's a drop down for this. All right, at least there's a drop down. All right, and then I have to manually go over to this. I know this kind of seems like a weird way of doing it, but give me a second. Here it is. All right, so I'm going to remove some of these banners so you guys can see this completely because I know some of it kind of blocks this way. Hold on. So I'm trying to look at the time. Ah, shoot, that place I was going to go to is going to close. That's all right. There's no way I can make it anyway. I do want to share this for a brief moment. I don't care. I'll just go to some other place. Let me take that off real quick. So I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to take this other one off. I'll take that off. All right, for you can see it. All right, so here it is. So we have this that you see right here, and it says drastic reduction of remittance cost in international remittance system utilizing Ripple's settlement platform. Generally, international remittance is 20.9 BPS against the settlement amount, whereas international remittance utilizing XRP Ripple virtual currency through Ripple's system is 8.3 BPS, or a 60% cost reduction. Look at this. Example of cost reduction by Ripple's international remittance system. Estimated value. And you see some of this right here. You have 20.9 unit BPS remittance cost of current system. And you do see that, for instance, is a 33% drop when remittance cost is using only Ripple's system. On top of that, when they reference the whole thing of a 60% cost reduction, you just see it right there, using Ripple's system and virtual currency, as in, the cryptocurrency of XRP. And this was originally sourced, if you're wondering, like, well, where's this data come from? Obviously, SBI Holdings. And the original source, the timestamp at least, was February 23rd of 2016. And then keep in mind, the very bottom, remittance costs include the spread, currency, hedging, operation costs, and settlement cost. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, I'm glad that IMDPP is researching some of these things and trying to bring it to our community. I mean, again, we had some hangups today. I'm not going to keep apologizing for it, but I mean, it's crazy stuff. I'm going to try to go back on my other screen real quick and see what else I can pull up for just a brief moment. Now that I have a broader understanding, I can't do Control F on this particular one. I have to do a different search function. And now that I know that, I'll remember that in the future. Let's see if we jump to anything else that we have on this particular one. So let me see what else we can find. Hold on a second. All right. Just a second. I think that was just about it because I don't see anything else specifically mentioned. Let me see if I could pull up a different key term. I'll go to the very, very top page, and I'm going to search it that way. All right, here's a little bit more. This is on slide 15. I say this to myself, that way I don't forget. So let's go to slide 15, and I'll just drop it to there real quick. All right, here's slide 15. On this particular slide, you will see that it says the SBI Group's business portfolio diversification progression, 3 market total. You have Tokyo, Osaka, Nagoya, semi-annual individual stock, brokerage trading, value, and so on, right? All this is, again, back in 2016. But the key thing is, like it says, the year 2016, you had Brexit and the U.S. presidential election. It's interesting to take note of some of these particular things, right? Hold on just a second. So what I want to also bring to your attention is some of the launch dates of all this, right? So draw your attention to where it says specifically May of 2016, you have the establishment of SBI Ripple Asia, right? I think there's a little bit more that we have in regards to this. Give me just a second. On top of that, let's see. We have, maybe we have another one. Hold on. Hold on just a second. There's a little bit more in regards to this. Yeah, this one's good. It doesn't mention specifically Ripple, but I'm going to show you guys this. Oh, yeah, it does show Ripple. Hold on a second. So we're going to go to slide 99. And this is like, I don't know, I guess you could say extensive research. Again, really do appreciate you, IMDPP. Thank you for being patient with me tonight. And you guys as well. So we're going to go to slide 99. Because this is a PDF from 2016. All right, hold on a second. Oh man, it's kind of being. I'll say this much: this thing kind of takes some getting used to. You don't see it. You guys don't see what I'm saying, but it's it does take some getting used to. All right, so I'm gonna go this way and just go this way because when I manually type it, it has some lag issues. Like it gets kind of pissed off at me. Hold on. Apologize. Hold on. Almost there. Hold on. Let's say page. Oh, excuse me. 99, not 89. My bad. All right. So on this particular slide, it says investments made in the field of new technological innovations through the FinTech Fund. And during that time, you also see on the top left, you have blockchain. You have, for instance, we always talk about R3, but Ripple is definitely mentioned there. So I wanted to point that out. I think that might be it in regards to all this. Hold on a second. And no, there's one on page 3. Let's just jump to that real quick. You may be wondering, like, why are we referencing all this stuff? But it's kind of like a back and forth from what we mentioned earlier in the show. Hold on just a sec. I got to get more organized on this. All right, so that's page 3. All right, slide 3. Sorry. I should say slide 3. This should be a lot easier. Let's go to the top. Slide 3. There we go. All right. At least I thought it was slide 3. What's going on with this? No, it's not matching up. Oh, I see what's going on. Slide 110. See, I mean, it's so confusing on my own end. Slide 110. Man. So weird how this is set up. All right, slide 110. I'll just go to like maybe slide 70 because it lags out. I can't explain it. You'll have to see what I'm talking about. All right, then from there I'm gonna jump to 50, and then 64. See, it just doesn't let me just go right to the page. It's really wonky. All right, then let me see. 110. My God. Okay, we're almost there. Well, I'll read that real quick. By establishing a generation remittance system in Japan to bring about a remittance revolution will contribute to the service improvement of the regional financial institutions. All right, hold on a second. All right, here's another thing. Excuse me. Established SBI Ripple Asia on May 18, 2016 with Ripple Labs Inc., which is developing a next generation settlement platform, aggressively working on, quote, beyond blockchain. You see SBI Group, investment, shareholding, obviously 11.3%. US FinTech Venture, which is obviously Ripple. Says Ripple's technology base is based on the payment system, which is ILP, Interledger Protocol, that connects the ledgers under the concept of distributed ledger technology, which can further advance interbank settlements more closely. Unlike Bitcoin, based on blockchain, ILP, again, Interledger Protocol, is even faster with 1 second to complete processing. From here, I got to go back to the other page. Let me pull this up. Hold on. You also see where it says on the bottom left, a provider of a settlement platform utilizing, I'm sure you guys can see this. Hold on. Yeah, you guys see it. A provider of settlement platform utilizing Ripple's distributed financial technology in Asia, including Japan. So that's big. Obviously, we cover a lot of Jasmine, right? The Japan Bank Consortium was established with Japanese financial institutions in October of 2016. All right, on top of that, I think there might be just a little bit more. Hold on. We did talk about the whole thing originally in regards to the cost reduction of 60% using Ripple, right? For, if you're wondering, what is he talking about? Remind me. This allows drastic reduction of remittance costs and international remittance systems utilizing Ripple's settlement platform. Like it says again, and I know I'm not on that page, but I'll just reiterate. Generally, international remittance is 20.9 BPS against the settlement amount, whereas international remittances using XRP's Ripple's virtual currency, right, XRP, through Ripple system is 8.3 BPS, or a 60% cost reduction. So I also want people to understand, how many times I've mentioned on this live show that, you have a central bank that sends, for instance, $10 trillion on a cross-border payment or overseas payment. They get hit with $60 billion in fees. This right here, we might as well just take that equation right there. Take $60 billion and subtract 60%. I don't have a calculator on me at the moment because I'm going through these pages. But I mean, if somebody wants to do that, you can definitely take more of your own deeper dive. But yeah, I mean, do the math on that. That's huge savings for these central banks. And if anything, it incentivizes more of the trade. Let me get to the next particular one that I think we have. That might be close to it. Hold on. No, it's not. So let's talk about I'm getting more in the flow of this now. So let's talk about the Japan Bank Consortium that attracts attention, like it says. So this is on slide 113. Let's go to that real quick. All right. So here it is. The Japan Bank Consortium attracts attention. It says at present, banks use a system run by the Japanese Bankers Association for domestic money transfers. Some estimates suggest that a virtual currency-based system would cost roughly a tenth of what the banks now shoulder for developing and maintaining the association's system. And of course, that was from an original newspaper article, but that was published on April 27th of 2017 in the Nihon Kaizai, if I pronounce that right, Shimbun. Wow, what a name. Look what it says here. There's a possibility that the commission fees to other banks will be less than 10 yen from several hundred yen. That's a game changer in itself. And it's also an advantage that will reach the counterparty immediately at night or on holidays. Mr. Okita, president of SBI Ripple Asia Tokyo, serving as the secretariat said that increasing the use of bank remittances will also lead to the development of new services. I mean, that sounds pretty darn cool. I'm down with that. Down with XRP. Yeah, you know me, as you guys will say. All right. So in regards to this, hold on, let me pull it back up. Let's get into, I think, a little bit more that we have. Let's jump down. Yeah, there is a little bit more. So on slide 114, let's jump into that real quick. All right, on the next slide, you have this, the Japan Bank Consortium. And like you see it right here, established in October 2016 with the new participation of the Akita Bank, the Bank of Nagoya, and MUTB, participating financial institutions. The Japan Bank Consortium increased to 59 banks. Now, you got to keep in mind, we've increased dramatically since then. But the point is what's laid out here. So it says the president, you have Arizona Bank, Secretariat, which is SBI Ripple Asia, SBI Holdings. How this participating financial institutions at that time was 59 banks. They spell it different. So us, we have regional, they spell it different. So I don't know if that's a typo on their end, or that's just honestly how they spell it. But it says regional banks and second tier regional banks. Yeah, that is a typo. It says 43 banks, regional banks 35, and it lists all these, right? But it's worth pointing out. And if anything, I think you can even see, you gotta keep in mind the Secretariat is SBI Ripple Asia, right? All right, a little bit more in regards to this. Let me go to another particular page and pull it up, because I'm not gonna go through, obviously, what is it, 169 pages. I'm trying to just give you guys the key highlights here. Let's jump down to the next one. All right, so this is literally on the next page. This is cool, and this is, I guess you could say, some of the juicy stuff. This wasn't planned. I don't know. Maybe this is a good way to make up for the messed up show for today. So if you're just tuning in, hopefully you didn't see all the other mess up that we had. So this is good stuff, especially if you're in the Ripples XRP. Let's jump on to the next page. We're going to get to some of the highlights on this. The Japan Bank Consortium successfully completed a pilot implementation on RC Cloud, a unified platform for both domestic and cross-border payments. This was a completed pilot implementation of RC Cloud, which is Japan originated from Japan, and the first initiative in the world. RC Cloud is a cloud-hosted platform on a unified platform by utilizing Ripple solution. Confirmed that participating financial institutions were able to execute domestic and cross-border money transactions on RC Cloud, which is powered by a Ripple solution in a pilot environment. Here's an image of RC Cloud pilot implementation. I wish I could make that bigger. I can't. But the key thing is it does have a nice breakdown. Maybe at some point we could find this, maybe on Google or something like that, where you can make it bigger. But the cool thing is it does give you a breakdown of how this is all, structured, right? There's a Ripple solution, like it says. Just, squinting my eyes and looking at it, you understand that you have Japan, you have that particular, this right here, guys. Literally your phones. You see this breakdown, right, of sender, receiver, consortium, virtual bank, domestic virtual bank, the Ripple connection, again, on both of them, both on sender and receiver. Then you do have, I believe, a validator. I can't read that part next to it. I don't know if that means it's, I don't know what specific validator. Again, I wish I was a little bit bigger. I'm pulling this off of a PDF. But even for the United States, right, you have receiver, same type of thing, foreign virtual bank, Ripple Connect. And another thing I want to mention just real quick, all right? I know I'm taking a lot of what's on the surface and so on. I'm trying to bring it as best as I can to you guys. So I think there's a lot of things that stand out with this. Obviously, we mentioned Ripple's XRP, but in the same light, I do want to throw Jasmine into the mix. And I'm just going to do it for a brief moment. See what it mentions right here about foreign virtual bank. You also got to keep in mind this unbanning of the stable coins for foreign stable coins, specifically not foreign to us because they are US based, right? But my thing is the unbanning of Circle's USDC, Tether's USDT. You're going to enable, again, a whole entire country to have access to the pairings. As we know, you have to have pairings in order to purchase various different cryptocurrencies. Whereas, USDT pairing with, LCX, or, USDC pairing with LCX, or just any particular project where there's ETH pairing, you name it, you have to have the pairing. So I do like this particular breakdown that they have here. Let's get a little bit more into this. It says, confirm that participating financial institutions were able to execute domestic and cross-border money transactions on RC Cloud, which is powered by Ripple solution in a pilot environment. You have scheduled for commercial use. Look what it says. Until March 2017, completion of construction of RC Cloud. Summer, a lot of these have been already completed, but it gives you an outline of how that all was originally broke down. I mean, it's significant because if anything, we have to, in my opinion, we should recognize some of these things, because let's face it, there is some FUD, and there's some guys saying, a while back, no, Ripple doesn't get it done. For instance, some people were saying Cypherium, right? Obviously, we know that's not the case. We know that it's not that one gets it all done, but to deny that Ripple might not, to deny that Ripple won't get the majority of it done, I think that's one of the key things, right? I still, if anything, maybe I just even, load up even more on Ripple. I don't know. I mean, I think some of you guys are definitely doing that. Some of you guys got some big goals on what you want to get when it comes to Ripple's XRP. Anyway, let me get a little bit more into this. I have, I think, a couple more from this other particular page. It's just kind of cross reference. So you don't see the other one I have on my local computer. But I'm going to bring this up as well. We're on page 116. Oh, yeah, this is good. So let's bring that up as well. Hold on just a second. I just don't want to screw this up like last time. All right, page 116. All right, so as you see here, it says 10 more financial institutions joined Ripple's global payments network, announced on April 26 of 2017. New participating financial institutions was SBI Remit. Currently, over 75 banks participating. But the point is, look how, what they were close to doubling those particular banks are participating. Back then, you see this particular comment. We are pleased to be working with Ripple to provide new types of payment services to change our customers' experiences, using the power of blockchain technology to demonstrate our commitment to the technology. We're joining the Japan Bank Consortium to collaborate with other Japanese banks, move to commercial use of Ripple's global network. I believe we can bring our experience from the Japan Bank Consortium to the global payments steering group, right? And then when I jump also back to what I have on my own end, because again, you guys can't see that because of how it's shared. We have, I think, maybe just 2 more pages of this. I know this is a lot, and I just don't want to lose track. I mean, I did try to get back in the comments and all that stuff earlier, but the whole thing just got all out of whack, and I do apologize about that. Hold on a second. And I think that actually might be it. Yeah, according to this is it. So those were all of the key highlights from this particular share that comes from SBI Holdings. And if you're wondering, I'm going to go to the first, I think I go to the first one. Hold on a second. Yeah, if you're wondering what this is all about, this is, let me jump back. From 2017, SBI Holdings Inc. 2017 information meeting. And it just kind of gives you a breakdown about all, like what you see, the items in this document are provided for information related to the financial results and the business strategy of the SBI group companies, and is not an invitation to invest in the stock or securities issued by each company. But yeah, it just, I don't know, I guess you could say some extended research, deep dive from the information provided from one of our community members. I'm glad to have you on board, and that is from IMDPP. So cool stuff. All right, I'm going to exit out of the screen, and let me pull that off. There we go. A lot of comments came in since then. Yeah, that just wasn't really planned, but I do appreciate it. Hold on a second. I am so far down or up on the comments. All right, let's see what we have. I think I'll read this real quick. That Cosmos BIH is all mines waiting for that 1050. Okay. All right. All right, hold on a second. My face turned away, didn't see colors. My goodness. Trying to one up my decent wall, are they? Yes. I think that's exactly what's going on. Crypto winner, keep booming effing sooner. That BIH. Blackwood, Ledger Stacks looks good. Hope it's worth it. Quant is my number one. H bars your number two. Oh, interesting. I always wonder what your number two was. That's cool. That's not too shabby. Blackwood, you're good, Max. Get some rest tonight. Great stream and people as always. Yeah, I need to do that. What sucks is when you get just calls like crazy. You gotta keep up with appointments. Oh, jeez, it's just like Grand Central Station down here sometimes. All right, Brian Dowie says all good, Max. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Hands were full. Pizza time. Pizza. All right, McTaggies. I don't know, man. Let me see. About 9. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna do that tonight, man. To be honest. LO, I tag Max on something. I mean, I'll pull up maybe like one more. I'm probably gonna wrap it up here soon. Sorry about that, but yeah. Oh, good. I caught the stream halfway through. They discontinued. Oh, wow. Everybody, yeah, that sucks. The McRib comes around twice a year now. It used to be once a year lately. Anyway. All right. Japan's fully on board with XRP. They said all their banks run on XRP by 2025. I mean, that's like that right there. With, all the, if people want to flood XRP, boom, right there. You know what I mean? Like, you just refer back to some of this stuff. I mean, you just use common sense, It's like, yeah. Japan's fully on board. Flood it all you want. But if you have an entire nation, and it's not just them. I mean, some other ones out there as well. All right. Stevie, wow. If you have any money in CPH, be safe, my friends. Yeah, I do. But not a lot. Again, guys, the whole point is this. I put in what I could afford to lose. I was new to CPH. I'm not really trying to flood the whole thing. I mean, I got to review some of the things that you guys saw, but I will. I can't make that decision yet. I'm not the type of guy that just jump out of things super quick. Perfect example, Clifford Inu. I know, big difference. All right. I can't believe I just mentioned Clifford Inu and Ripple or Cypherium in the same breath. That's horrible. All right. Oh yeah, hold on. River, his mod, Space Karen needs a face punch to be humbled. Huh. Waiting on Quant to hit that 107. F it. Oh, can buy more Quant. That's cool. All right, GS Blackwood. Yeah, rather get 2 times bacon McDoubles than that tease. Yeah. I remember before there was a McDouble. It was just called a double cheeseburger. Then, for $1. And then they came out with the McDouble, and all it was a double cheeseburger with 1 slice of cheese right in the middle. And then now look what happened with that. All right. Stevie, been doing more research on Cypherium and no change. It's real. All right. Me, Akai, and Saltfish. Interesting. Yeah, I need to grab some quants. GS. All right, hold on a second. He's asking crypto winner. All right. River. All right, you guys have a conversation. That's good stuff. All right, let me go further down. McDizzle, 10,000 will be a chat for quant one day. Just trying to see. Oh, man, you guys got a ton more comments. All right, that's fine. I will read. You know what? That's right. The McRib is trashed out compared to back in the early 80s. I think the last time it was good was like maybe the early 2000s, to be honest. But yeah, it's just dramatically gone downhill. All right. I'll read a couple to your tags. I don't know. I mean, if you have like a whole grocery list, I don't know if I get it to all of them. Hold on a second, though. I will share some of this. So let's see. All right. Max, look at the date and amount. David Joel Cass Schwartz, right? David Schwartz. Here's an example of the kind of thing I should never, ever tweet. 589,000. Look at the date, March 28th, 2023. And we'll see. We'll see, Mr. David Schwartz. You play stupid prizes. 589. Yeah, it's clearly not going to be 589,000 in that many days. If it was, I mean, we'd be all trillionaires or something, man. God, I mean, I don't know. Let's say, what would it be? If it goes to 589,000, I know he's saying $589 because I'm not living under a rock. But let's just say somebody took that figure to you, like, no, it's 589,000, and a person had, I don't know, like 15,000 XRP. You'd be worth, just off of XRP alone, $8,835,000,000. All right, I'm good with that too, and that's just off of XRP. Now, okay, let's come back to Earth, right? Yeah, that's not what he's being. You mean just 589 in general. So 589. I guess it just moves some decimal points, right? So, well, let's say it's not 50. Let's say you don't have that much XRP. You don't have 15,000. You have 1,500. So 589 times 1,500. Just move more another decimal place. 883,500. Which, I mean, that's not exactly generational wealth, but that ain't bad. That ain't, that's better than the kick in the butt, right? I mean, technically that could be life-changing money, but it's definitely not generational wealth, but it's life-changing money. Interesting. All right, let me see what other tags you got. Let me see. All right. That's pretty cool, though. I'll retweet that. Let me see if there's any other from McDizzle. He tagged me again. Let's check this out. Credit Suisse. Some people call it Credit Suisse, right? Sees both bail out and bail in at the same time. Billions vanished yesterday. The Credit Suisse bailout combined government liquidity, a bailout with bank confiscation of their Tier 1 bank bonds. A bail-in to achieve a lawless, blatantly illegal overnight merger with UBS Bank, bypassing any shareholder vote and destroying tens of billions of assets. This just happened last night, and the banking contagion will continue to spread. It all started with the crypto collapse, I agree, then FTX. In reality, I mean, Terra Luna first, but then FTX, then it spread to Silicon Valley, where crypto exposure was large in commercial banks, and now it has spread to large banks in Europe. The contagion is over. This will only get worse and more widespread. The collapse of the Western financial system is now underway. Full analysis in the guy's podcast. All right, well, thank you for that. I'm going to retweet that. Let's see what else Mike's got. He's got a whole lineup of stuff for me. I guess I am getting to it all. China Evergrande Group went to zero. My God, he says, and who is one of the Evergrande's biggest stockholders? BlackRock, and the dominoes will fall fast. Ooh. Evergrande have been paying for all your elections worldwide to be rigged forever. BlackRock and Vanguard own big shares too. They are a front for MI5, Mo said, and CIA. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to retweet that one. I'll like it, though. I just don't want to, because here's the thing. If I retweet that, I got to start having conversations about things I just don't really want to have a conversation about. Yeah, I'm thinking ahead. All right. Oh, that's nice. A tokenizer says, oh, awesome. Love to hear it and really appreciate the shout outs if you guys are ever looking for a guest. Oh, nice. Hey guys, tokenizer. How about that? Yes, heck yeah, I'll try to get Tokenizer to come on here. You guys know about Tokenizer, one of the quant all-stars, and I'm gonna have to ask him if he still covers Nexera, because he really used to stand out for Alliance Black. That's super cool. That made my day. That made up for all of my bad, my camera going out and just all the problems I had with the PDF and all that. So very cool to see Tokenizer. Give Tokenizer a follow. Really great researcher. Do you like deep dives? Him, Greg Lunt, do the best deep dives, Quant Papa, and so on. Yes, I will definitely not hesitate to ask. I'll try to get something going on with that. So that'd be really cool. Hopefully we do get something going on with that, and it'll be great to have Tokenizer's special guest. Shoot, man, he'll bring the fire. He will bring the fire. That is cool. Very cool. All I basically said to him was, I said, hey, man, keep up the great work. We give you, Greg, and Quant Pop a frequent shout-outs on our daily live shows. Your contributions with solid research to the many communities that you cover are more than appreciated. I mean, it ain't going to hurt me to say that. It's true. I share his content all the time. All right. Is there any other particular ones? I did tweet this out earlier today. I know that what you guys are tuned into right now is not our traditional news lineup. You got to keep in mind, like the whole show earlier, if you're just tuning in, it just got like my connection got rugged, my camera got rugged, my PDF went to hell in a handbasket. I did tweet this out this morning at roughly 8 a.m. Because Washer Guru reported this. So if you're not caught up on this, it says Justin, in reality, 13 hours ago, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen calls top financial regulators for unscheduled meeting today that is closed to the public. I tagged Mike Cornwell. I tagged Tim Shea, Brian. I could tag more people, but anyway. But yeah, I mean, look what it says. This is the inception of regulatory clarity that you're looking for. Lionel Richie. And of course, there's the whole thread about it and so on. There's Bedhead Yellen. You had Michael, shout out to Michael Crypto Lounge. This is what you call an O-ish meeting. Would love to be a fly on the wall. Yeah, exactly. But isn't it funny how all this? I mean, I'm telling you guys flat out, I'm not the type of guy to be like conspiracy theory type guy. Hop on that bandwagon. For me, a lot of that. Let's face it, a lot of it is exaggerated. I'm not talking about in regards to crypto. I'm just talking about just in general. It could be anything. What happened to this person who got killed in the 60s or whatever, right? This and that. A lot of things, it's like you got to draw your own conclusions. You have to hunt down the truth, right? But when it comes to this whole thing with crypto and the macroeconomics and, just all of these things being literally like lined up like literally ducks, line up your ducks, as the saying goes. Everything is like being lined up like with the stars for that matter. I mean, I've never seen anything that is the perfect story of or outline blueprint. Like we were talking about a lot of these things like close to a year ago, and the domino effect. And some of you guys are saying, well, I'm waiting for this other black swan event. Some people say no, and some other people say no, this whole thing's gonna crash at 12K. I mean, obviously some of those things didn't happen, but the consistent thing that's happened is the banks collapsing. Remember Coach JV? I mean, whether you're a fan of him or not, I am. I like the guy. He mentioned it quite a few times. I think Crypto Lulu, Verson, Alarja, right? Black Swan Capitalists. I mean, a lot of different communities have mentioned these specific things. I honestly think, when people say, this is planned, are we too far off at this point? Because I mean, if this is consistently happening, there's no way this could be a coincidence. Like, I just think it's beyond that. I mean, here's the one thing, right? You have a coincidence. A coincidence is supposed to be something like just maybe happens once out of blue moon, right? How about this? Multiple times out of a black swan. I hate to use that reference, but it's true. This happens like a lot. Anyway, I'm gonna get back into the comments. I went on a lot right there. I think that might be the last tag he had, and so on. Let me see. Oh, you got a lot of tags on me. Mr. Man. Tweets no longer available. Huh. All right. Anyway, I am going to get back into the comments just for a brief bit, and then I'm going to wrap things up here in a second. All right. So, Boomer says Utah, get me too. Yeah, that's fine. Kid Grebo says, and welcome, by the way, Kid Grebo. McRib tastes good now. What are y'all talking about? I hear you, but yeah, I think they did taste a lot better back in the day. But then again, maybe it's because we're younger and our taste buds are different. Because a lot of things that tasted good back then don't taste as good now. And if you don't believe me on this, your taste buds change every 10 years. And you think I'm BSing? You can go look that up for yourself. All right. So Crypto Winner says you got Ape Coin at. I remember you mentioned that $4 average buy. Nice. $4.50. Ponzi crash. Bear's still waiting for the bottom. These are the same people who buy the top and they cry scam. That's a good point. Thank you, Ponzi crash. All right. Well, I'm glad you got that figured out, Crypto Winner. Looks like you're making some money. All right. Let's see here. What's a good number of coins tokens to focus on for the bull run? Depends on what project you're looking at. All right. Yeah, not financial advice. Let me see where else we're at. That's a good play. Singularity in that. We've been covering that since 4 cents. I just wish I would have done a deep dive video on the recorded, but it is what it is. 1,000 Cardano. So I can't remember what I have. I have a lot of Cardano. I overpaid for it though. Cool, man. Very, very cool stuff there. Glad you have some GRT. I'm glad you recognize that. I'm way up on the graph. I'm so glad I got into graph at basically bottom. I literally bought the bottom of graph. I'm like so happy about that. Audio. I don't know if I bought the very bottom of audio, but very, very close to the bottom on audio. Very, very happy about that. In the future, we'll start talking more about, we probably should start covering. I'm going to be honest, right? Larry was talking about this a while back. It's good that we covered the ISOs and so on, but, we probably should cover more some of these other ones. But audio, the graph. I mean, we talk about a little bit here and there, but like maybe we should give them a little more continuous coverage. Just there's only so much time in a day. Mac is a great one. All right, Kid Grebo, Black Belt, Crypto in the stream. Max does his homework. Oh, well, thank you, man. Crypto winner Jesse Livermore stood in the sideline for 6 months and worked for JP Morgan at the age of 14. The age of 14 years old. My inspiration, RIP to the greatest. All right, glad you know people like that, man. Have a look at Morpheus Network. Yeah, I know that consistently gets brought up. I think the next deep dive as far as new tokens or coins that we cover, like I mentioned, is WADSPay, WTK. So that launches itself to the top of the list if you're wondering about that. I also need to do a proper deep dive on ELK. I said I want to just do a brief intro. I actually just want to do more of a proper deep dive. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up the show. It's been about 3 hours and 5 minutes into it. I just want to get out to... I want to get something like decent for a change. I'm just kind of getting tired of cooking. I've been cooking every freaking... I don't know. I must have cooked 4 meals today and 5 yesterday. My dad's like an eating machine, but he's getting better, and that's good. I'm glad he's getting better. If you guys, sometimes you guys ask me about my dad. I'll give you a heads up about my dad. So, he had the wound care nurses are still coming out, but they gave me some good news that they feel like my dad's legs are finally almost healed up. I'm so happy for him in that regard. So before, when he first came home, he had no appetite, didn't want to eat jack diddly squat, and that's a bad sign for a person that's really old when they don't want to eat. Because I remember when my mom was her last days, she didn't want to eat nothing. And so anyway, yeah, he's got his appetite back. So my attitude is like, you want to eat, I'll make you stuff. So I mean, he's becoming like a eating machine. And so today was like 4 meals. Yesterday was like 5 meals. It's kind of hard to keep up with, but old Max needs a little bit of a break tonight. And gonna try to go pick up something. You guys mentioned pizza. I don't know if we do pizza. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But thank you again to everybody who's part of this community. We're still a growing community. I really, really want to state that I appreciate each and every one of you guys. We'll have our moments where, we have, I don't know, a lot of people in here. That's not the point. The key thing is, like I always said, recognizing what you have and why you hold it, stay the course. I still feel as though we're still very, very close to the finish line. And at the end of the day, even if they get spread out to, I don't know, some people say 2026. I don't think that's the case, but you should see like all-time highs between 2024 and 2025, right? I think that's the key thing. I'm still sticking to the bull run thesis. I know that I'm in the minority on that, but the last 6 videos I made, I do have something to back that up with. But yeah, again, guys, know what you have, know what you hold, know what you researched. Don't give up so quick on anything. I don't think most of you guys are doing that, but we'll continue to monitor, obviously, Cypheria, see what's going on with that. I got to watch that one other video, and I will here later tonight, but I just need to take a little break from all crypto stuff for a little bit. So I've been kind of hitting it really hard lately with all the content been putting out. 8 videos today, like I mentioned earlier. Do you know any other content creators putting 8 videos out, live streams every single day? I also got to get into Twitter Spaces, help other communities. I may possibly go to the Jasmine Twitter Space with Zippy and all those guys on Sunday. Don't know yet for sure, but I may do that. But anyway, guys, thank you again for showing up. And I appreciate seeing old faces like Crypto Winner and some of you other guys. If you're new to our community platform, I just want to say I do appreciate you guys. And last but not least, and I'm not going to do this too long, but take a look at our site. It is the new site, Crypto Talk Now's ctnnetwork.net. And basically, it's free, doesn't cost you anything. And, some people send me DMs about articles and stuff like that. Honestly, you can post all that stuff on our forum. And then if you want to message, you don't like Twitter, because I know some of you guys you don't really go on Twitter. Some of you do. But yeah, basically speaking, you want to come on over here and you can DM other people. So like you send a message, for instance, you can send a message to, hey, Space Chick, for instance. You'd be like, hey, baby, how's it going? No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. But you could be like, hi, welcome. Thanks for signing up. Something like that. And my point is, like, it's free, doesn't cost nothing. So, I mean, Rule Black has obviously been doing that. Speaking of him, he has been messaging me, and he will be our special guest next week on Thursday of next week. So looking forward to that. And I definitely will reach out to Tokenizer. And then one last thing, just a reiteration. We have, what's his name? Sean the Crypto Smith will be here not just once a week. If you didn't know, we do Utility Talk Now. That's our most popular show. And the last 3 shows, we've been breaking our records. So, like, original records was in the 60s. Then we went from the 70s to 80s. Like, the last show was 90, which was pretty cool. So, it is our most popular show that's now on 2 days a week, Mondays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Also, give him a follow as well. He is The Space Crypto Smith on YouTube. All right, that's it. Thank you again for connecting and joining us tonight. Really appreciate you all. Yes, much love back to you, man. Maximus, much love. Stay the course. Yes, thank you very much. And Steve says, I'm pleased he is getting better. Well, thank you. I really appreciate you guys saying that. It means a lot. All right, guys. Blackwood, you're very welcome. Have a great night, everyone. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I'm pretty sure it's going to be me who will be back for the weekend, because Larry's still got this thing going on with his eye, which is horrible. I really hope to God it's not more serious than it is. Yeah, I will definitely be back. I think for the most part, unless something, he's like, oh my gosh, it's all better or whatever. I don't know. I will be back here 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. And if anything, I will double check everything to make sure this doesn't happen again tomorrow, because that just bothers me. I'm a very organized person. I don't procrastinate on anything. And that kind of ruined things. But at the same time, we made up with it with some of the comments and research. But anyway, it is what it is. Stuff happens. See you tomorrow, everybody. Have a great night. Over and out. Bye-bye.